Lo.
What's up?
Rosy.
Yo.
I heard we outside this summer. You outside?
Yeah.
Lo, where you heading to this summer?
I was in Chicago.
Yeah,
I was
he
in
was.
Miami. I was in DC. I was in ATL. I was in LA.
Rosie, where you at this summer?
I'm planning on going on some trails.
Trails. You are very
Trails.
adventurous.
Very adventurous.
All right, so whether you're being very adventurous like Rosie or you're hitting the concerts or hitting the spots like Lowkey, make sure you take a pair of Raycon wireless earbuds in your ears because they can make all of the difference. You got crisp, powerful beats at half the price of other premium audio brands. Raycons, they look good.
Right.
We all got some at the crib. They
Yeah.
look good. They feel good. They feel even better, actually. They come in a range of dope colors and with customizable gel tips, especially for folks with weird-shaped ears like myself. So you can, get tips on how to make a comfortable ear
You
fit.
said it, not us.
I got weird-shaped ears, bro. So like, you can't just throw anything up into the, whatever this part of the ear is called, because it gets uncomfortable. So the gel part makes all the difference. So what we need y'all to do is go to raycon.com/sayless. They're offering 15% off all of their products for the people who listen to this here podcast. So what you got to do is go to raycon.com/sayless. There you will get 15% off your entire Raycon order. And it's such a good deal. You want to grab a pair and a spare. That's 15% off at buyraycon.com/sayless. buyraycon.com/sayless. I don't know if I said that
do
way
it.
too many times.
You said it a lot.
They're gonna know though.
That speaks to the,
Yeah, no, I get it.
They're gonna know.
And the case is smooth. The case is cute.
Yeah,
The case is
I was
small.
just
It's
listening.
perfect.
And you know what's even better?
What?
You're supporting black business when you do it.
There it is.
Right. Let's start the show.
Let's go.
What's poppin', people? Welcome back to Say Less with your boy, my boy's boy, and my boy who's also a girl, Kaz, Lo, Rosie.
Now this.
What's up, Jake? How
Here
you
we
living,
go.
bro? Back there. Lo, how you feeling? Do
Yo,
the
let's
thing?
get to it. Fuck
Let's
the
get to
intro,
it.
nigga.
Wait,
Fuck
wait,
the
wait.
intro.
No, wait.
Fuck
We
the
gotta-
intro, bro.
Get
Let's
into
get
it.
to it.
Because I know
we
where
got
he's
a lot
going.
to talk
Yo, come
about.
on, man.
Took a week off.
Yeah. Low-key, Howard University, Apple Music, all that shit is cute. All right,
You know that
let's
part.
get to it.
Rosie, do that part. Do the part.
Just Rosie. Just
All
Rosie.
right, just Rosie. Okay. All right.
Now,
hold
we
on.
got, also before we start
Before
the
we
show.
start,
yeah.
before we start
the show.
much love to our brother Eden, by
Yes,
the way.
Eden.
Oh yes.
Our brother Eden, who's not here today,
Personal family reasons.
Personal family
But we
reasons,
got your
but-
back. We love you, baby.
we love
Love
you.
you.
Condolences, everything, bro. You know your family here. Whenever you're ready to come back, we'll love to have you back. But please give our best to
Take
the
your
family.
time,
We love
yeah,
you
take
so
your time.
much. Now, there's no easy way to transition out of that, so we're just gonna transition
Wait.
right into
No,
it.
Wait, no,
before-
we got a special.
got a guest.
we
That
got a
was the
special.
transition.
Oh, no, I thought you was like jumping in.
You can't just go.
I thought you was jumping in. I'm like, hold on, like my man's here.
They gonna be like, hey, the guy in the
Oh yeah,
corner.
man's here too. Like, you know,
Oh, yeah, you're right.
they gotta
My
preface
bad, my bad.
that because someone's gonna listen like, damn, these people are just heartless. Just go from this to that. So without any smooth transition,
Without any
Right.
Lo,
transition.
hit it.
Yo, listen, I've known this kid. How long we like? What? 2015, 13? 13. 2013.
Blog every year.
Blog era. I've seen this man's style, lifestyle, just mental transition into so many different things, so many beautiful things.
Yeah.
He owns a business. He has projects coming out. His release party last week that me and Rosie was at, he just showcased his comfortableness. He just showcased who he was, who I knew he was.
Nice.
And I'm glad that now we get to have him on this podcast to have an honest conversation about his new projects, his progression, his mindset, what he went through during these troubling times of creating these projects. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce you to Anik Khan.
Anik, what's popping, bro?
What's going on, y'all?
Welcome
What's
to the
good?
show.
Thank you for having
Welcome
me.
to the show. We're gonna talk
so
about
much
all
for
that
having me.
stuff, and you're gonna shoot the shit with us for a little bit, right?
Yeah,
like,
I'm
you know,
chilling.
we will talk the
I'm
music,
chilling. We
talk
got
everything, but
as long as we got tequila in here, I'm good.
we have you came bearing gifts like any good guest does. So way to set the standard, all right? When people come here
Don Fulano, that's what they call
and
it?
you don't bring the good stuff,
Don Fulano, this is from Long Island.
Yeah.
Oh, because I know you got your shit out there. I know, you got your shit out there.
I done moved the folks over there. They got
Yeah.
some nice, boutique
All right, so where do we start?
Smooth.
How you want to start it off?
Man, so you know what?
Which one
Let's talk to our guest for a hot second.
Hot
first.
second?
Let's let everybody get to know who he is. So right after that, we can get into the shit.
we're gonna
Because
get
we
to
took
the
a
shit.
week off.
Yeah,
A lot of things happened since the last time we was on here.
So we talking about NBA free agency.
We got free agency.
Talking about Verzuz.
We got Verzuz.
Oh my
Donda.
We
God.
got Donda.
Oh my days.
We got Nas.
Yeah, Nas.
We got
So many things that
so many things
had
that
unfolded
took
in the
place
last 2
the
weeks.
past 2 weeks. So I'm
But in the last 2 weeks, this man has released 2 projects, right?
yes.
One.
First
Half.
of all.
Half of all right.
Yeah.
So, first off, let's start off by asking, where does your love from hip hop come from? How did all this start? Until we'll get to the project, but I just want people to know who you are.
Yeah, so, my love came from Queens. I moved here from Bangladesh when I was 4 years old. And, lower income apartment, 6 people in it.
Yeah.
Regular immigrant shit.
Yeah. What's the club?
Yeah. I know you got big Niger over there. I know what's going on. But yeah, and the first time I ever heard rap music was "It's Dark and Hell Is Hot."
Oh wow.
I was at a Bengali grocery store, and they had like 30 cassette tapes. All of them were Indian. Like all of them were like Bollywood joints, and then there was one not Bollywood. Like we were like, this is
DMX.
clearly not a Bollywood cassette tape. I don't know what this is.
Yeah.
My sister was like, yo, I'll just get it. I don't know what it is, but I'll just get it. This is my older sister because she had 75 cents and I didn't. So she copped, and it was DMX. And when I hit play, the first song I ever heard in my life that was rap music was Stop.
The anthem.
Yeah, because she played it first.
Did it feel what? So I love hearing these stories about like when people first hear like life-changing songs and like how it feels, especially when you come from a completely different genre, completely different culture. Like, what was that like for you? The first,
Bro, it was like an instant boost of confidence.
Yeah.
Like instantly. Like I was not the cool, you know what I'm saying? Like especially when you first get here, I'm an ESL and shit.
Right.
I'm not cool.
Right.
You know what I mean? But this was my first time in my life. This is also the first time in my life I got invited to someone's house, like a party.
Wow.
Like, like an elementary, like, yo, having a barbecue, come through. Like nobody invited me. And this is like 3 days prior that I got DMX. So I went in there with the Walkman. I went in there like listening to, you know what I'm saying?
So like
Listening
the
to
DMX, like you said, you was in ESL, like still listening to DMX. Like a lot of my friends that were immigrant kids, they like, not saying they learn English through rap music, but like a lot of their rap music is
100%.
very influenced
100%.
by certain songs. That was something with you?
Yeah, for sure. Books were not it for me.
Or like I
until I was like
Rosetta
20.
Stone if I was just coming to the country now. I'm like, man, put on some Kanye or something.
Yeah. Half my vocabulary was like Reasonable Doubt and Illmatic.
Wow.
Like just learning words, like just trying to copy them. And
Did your parents know that like that was going on in your mind, in your mental with you and your sister? Like they understand it? They had no idea.
Nah, they were just, because inside the house, I think a lot of immigrants deal with this where inside the house you're very, wherever you're from.
Yeah.
You're very
Oh, yeah.
Nigerian, you're very
yeah.
Senegalese, you're very Colombian.
Yeah, there's no English in the house.
You know, like
is
that's
very-
that's what you are there, and you're almost embarrassed to tell them about what you do outside because you don't know if they're gonna approve or not. And then you outside, and it's a whole different. It's
Whole different world.
ball.
My house was the same way. Like we spoke number Yoruba in my house, like my mom did. But like when she saw, but my mom was cool because like when she would see me around like my other friends, mind you, I'm in Staten Island, there's a lot of white folks there too. Like as soon as you would see it, she would like try to like English it up a little bit, and it would come off a little weird. like most parents, like was your parents got it the same way, like or they were just like not at all.
Yo, my father has like a regular English that he tries. And then he has the extra one when he on the phone with the insurance. Like when he tries to
Phone
sound extra
operator.
American. And I'm like,
Code switching?
you sound worse. You sound worse trying to do this, man. It doesn't make any sense.
They used to use you for as a translator too. When you
What? I've been a translator since I was 8 years old.
Right, me too. Your parents were like, "Come here. What are they saying?" You're like, "I don't even know. I'm 7. I don't know these words."
I'm on the phone with Bellevue Hospital. Like, they said you have to go to some office around the corner at 3 p.m. and we're here for no reason. And then my dad gets mad at me. I'm like, I talk
do you
to
want
this
me to
guy.
say?
I don't know, man.
All right, so what's the transition, right?
Yeah.
What's the transition when they discover now you're doing music?
Yeah.
Now you're in this entirely different world that they probably don't want you in.
Yeah.
What's that conversation like? What's that thing like?
It was definitely tough in the beginning because I was also young and I didn't know how to explain it. The only thing I knew how to say was, I want to chase my dreams, which is like not a good.
Watch a lot of Disney cartoons.
That's not a good thing in any household, in any world.
Right.
Like-
And also it's not a good description of like how you can make something happen. You know what I'm saying? And as you get older, when you're like, no, listen, you can. I know you guys only understand this like 9 to 5, this engineer, doctor, all this shit, but there are ways to make money and be consistent through entrepreneurship, through media, through entertainment, and these are ways you could do that. But I didn't understand that until I was like a little bit older.
Yeah.
Actually, when I started rocking with you. And when I was like, listen, I'm meeting these people. They're taking me here. There's ways that I could kind of, explore this and that.
Yeah.
And then once, immigrants are immigrants. Once they saw the first check, they're like, all right, fine. But like if they're really what they're...
But they still hammering home like law school and like graduate school afterwards. Like,
yeah.
Same thing.
But really, I don't know if you agree, but like really all they want to know is you're stable.
Is you're okay.
Yeah.
Like
it's the stability.
Well, when you're younger...
They cannot fathom that you could be stable.
And do what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, and do what you
like creative
what you
stuff.
love. It's like a concept they can't understand.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's just like secluded to just immigrant families because like my parents were like that.
Right.
Like when I first started blogging, and they were just like, "Well, you have a college degree. We don't know what the fuck a blog is.
Right.
You're in the basement of our house, and you're just up at like 4 o'clock in the morning, just tapping away. And they're just like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And I couldn't break it down to them. I could not, because I didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
But I knew I was having fun.
Yeah.
And I knew I loved it, and that's all I cared about.
Yeah.
And my mother was just like, all right, well, if this is what you like and this is what you do, like, you're going to have to pay bills and you have to do this, but if that's what you want to do, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, go ahead.
Well, that's
Super
nice.
It took them
because
years.
immigrant parents are like that.
No, like they were.
That's the difference right there.
My mom was still hitting me with the like go to grad school stuff until she saw me on MTV.
First of all,
like
they still give him a nag here and there.
A little, of course.
Just out of nowhere. Like, he'll be
else,
eating, they'll be like, well, if you wasn't doing podcasts, you might have had a time.
Yeah,
like out of nowhere. Just once every 3 months.
Yeah, like, I mean, like now my dad doesn't say anything. Like, when my mom was alive, God bless my mother, but she would brag. We would go to like fucking like a steakhouse.
Right.
This is my son, and this is what I'm like, yo, my nigga. Like, yo, 7 years ago, you was not,
right.
You wasn't saying shit, but like, it just took them to see me, like you said, like first time he was on MTV. Oh, we get it. First time they saw me just traveling.
MTV was a channel that used to show TV for folks who don't.
Yeah,
they used to have like actual shows and music videos and like it was really cool. I promise you.
They
noticed
what happened to that shit. They noticed everything was different when I was on the road every weekend.
Right.
They were like,
so this Palooza years or Trap Karaoke years?
This is Palooza years, and then Trap Karaoke came, and they were just like, oh my god. Then Apple came.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, we could hear you doing shit.
Yeah.
Then they're like, all right, we're going to leave you alone.
Man.
Also, they're like, Apple got stock, we good.
I'm like, yo, we're fine.
It's like, if I can see it on TV, like,
if I can hear you outside of our house, we're good. And that's what it was.
God damn.
That's fine.
So, all right, so where we are now, 2021.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, talk about the project.
What's going on right now with you?
Yeah, so it's been 4 years since I dropped my last project. And that was the one that kind of brought me my fan base and my acclaim and things like
your
that.
Your fan base is retarded, bro.
Thank you, man.
Got to use different word, Lowe's. 2021, bro.
Come on. Your fan base is amazing.
I was going to let us. Yes, thank you.
Your fan base is amazing.
I'll try to keep money coming in your pocket, bro.
Right. Nigga, don't the baby me.
We didn't even talk about that.
Oh my God.
No. Let's make sure we get this shit right.
I'm going to do a 5-second break so we can get to the fun shit.
We get to the fun shit.
Yo.
Nah.
We're going to forget about fuck.
Oh, I forgot about that.
So my last project, Kites, came out in 2017. That was the time where I was like, really at my heights as an indie artist. I was like, a lot of things were happening. For the first time selling out, New York, doing Ebro, everybody meeting me and stuff like that. Getting like, I had the number 4 record on the viral top 50 on Spotify in the UK and number 6 in America. And there was like a lot of things going on. Number 1 record on on like the Middle Eastern Spotify. It's called Ungami. It was a record called Habibi that was like the number 1 record in the hip hop charts on there. And so all of these things were happening, but at the same time, it was under Trump administration, and I wasn't a citizen yet. So I just got my citizenship in summer of 2019. But before that, I was getting booked to go to London, Amsterdam, Portugal, Dubai, and I wasn't allowed to travel at all. So I wasn't allowed to leave at all. And I make more international music, so there was this like
your demand was out
there, and there was this hold of like not being able to leave.
Right.
And that kind of like broke me. I was depressed. I was like, the fuck am I doing? Like, I'm gonna keep making Queens. Like, what am I, like a local Queens artist? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep doing this Cormega shit. Like, I ain't understand.
Not wrong with Cormega.
Shout out Cormega. First of all, I'm from Queens. This fine.
I get what you're saying.
But I was just like, what do I do here? And so I kind of like stopped making music for like 2 years. And so that's why it took 4 years for me to even put out this new project. And then I get a call from my father one time when I was at a bar with my best friend. And he was like, yo, check your text messages. And I look and I saw the date of oath for my citizenship. And I like just, dropped on the floor, started bawling, crying. Because a lot of people don't understand like some people are just born into being able to travel. Like it's like free will.
Right.
But like
us.
Yeah.
That's like so hard for so many people. Right. Like I have cousins that like their parents have passed away and brothers have passed away and they can't go back home to go see them. You know what I'm saying? And so this is a very real thing for many people in this country. So once I got my citizenship, it gave me the fire to want to make music again. Mm-hmm. So this is the first EP since 4 years where it's a double EP. It's called Denied and Approved. Denied is the first half where what my music sounded like before you let me get my citizenship and my visas. So what was that look like? Rap shit, Queen shit, And then Approved is what my music sounded like after you let me travel. After I got to go to DR and PR and Jamaica and India and got to see the world a little bit and what my music, sounded like after that. So Denied has just come out, and it came out on July 23rd, and Approved is coming out in September 10th, and the first single from Approved is coming out next week.
So let me ask you about Denied. When you look back, obviously, like that was music that we were creating like 2, 3, 4. A lot of things happen, and you sit and you listen to it now. How do you feel about it? Like, is it not cringy, but like, is it just like, damn, like I was in a bad place, or this is just me being honest and transparent, like? Or
was it just a maturity phase?
Like how do you feel about it? Like,
so Denied is really vulnerable, and sometimes it's really hard to hear.
Right.
Because like I literally am reliving moments of of traumatic moments for me. You know what I'm saying? Like it's really wild to hear like your manager or somebody call you, be like, yo, the head of BBC is calling you. We got to go to London. You got the number 4 record in UK. Like we're out, bro.
Right.
And like getting the snapback and it says red on it. You know what I'm saying? Just Denied on that motherfucker. So when I rap about it, and then like there's a record called The Borough is the intro. Like when I hear it, I can't listen to that motherfucker. I just hit next because I'm like,
Is it like?
It was a low point,
or like is it like is it like too much of a low point, or is it too honest?
Yeah, it was too much of a low point, and it was me just being honest about it. Because with Kites and with everything else, what press did to me before was Bengali American this, Bengali American that. Even though I never led with being Bengali American,
right?
But they just did that shit because I'm so new. Like any South Asian anything has never happened before. So even with a record like Kites, which is like my biggest record that I have and stuff like that, it has nothing to do with immigration. It's literally about like a kite not waiting to not drop on the floor, and if it does drop on the floor, having loved ones to put you back up there, right? Mm-hmm. But they categorize me as this like Bengali American rapper, like check out his stuff. And so, no matter the music, I was just getting, the narrative was always like my ethnicity all the time. Mm-hmm. And then that's what it became. And I wanted to make sure with Denied and Approved, I was like, yo, I have laid down the foundation of this immigrant shit, of this Bangladeshi shit. I am way more than that, and this is who I am outside of that.
Well, it's a tenuous time, Yeah. I feel like as big as an artist you get, especially when you're speaking for something that's such a of the moment conversation, like immigration and ongoing conversation. Do you feel like after a certain point, like it's almost not even up to you to create that narrative? It's like so many people are following your music, they can use it for whatever they want. So even if you're saying like it's not about immigration, it's not about being like,
but it's, I mean,
it could be to someone else.
Still is though.
There's so many people that take it and they hold it so close to them that they're like, oh no, like this is
like no one spoke to me like this. No one like the American artists like a Jay-Z and Nas or Kanye, whatever the case is. They don't speak to me like how you're speaking. So like that's going to be a pinpoint or an entry point to another, brown kid that's like 10 years old, 12 years old, that understands your plight. So it's like, you kind of wear that crown, you kind of wear that, that shield of like, he's speaking to me.
I have no problem being the voice for black and brown foreigners. You know what I'm saying? Like that I will hold largely. I think what it was when other people, especially non-black and brown journalists writing about me.
Oof.
And
When they led with that.
I know that's always touchy.
and they telling me what my story is or who I am.
Yeah.
And so for Denied, full circle back to why it was difficult to listen to some of these things is because I'm like, I'm going to talk about exactly the shit I went through. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to talk about, my father getting older and how it's hard to look at him every day in the face because we're watching people.
I know what that feels.
We're all in that age where we're watching them.
Watching it. I know exactly what that feels.
Go in their last phase of life, I'm going to talk about, heartbreak. I'm going to talk about how I'm sensitive, how I need to work on myself, and so I think that's what makes it harder to listen to Denied because from the last project, I was like, we talked a lot about like one of the records, like this feel like Midnight on the Van Wyck, like it was some fun shit, like being fun. This one, it was more like, I almost paid a girl to marry me to get my citizenship.
Wow.
This song is called Green Cards.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like
that real?
It's a therapy session almost.
Yeah,
It's
for
like
sure.
you're listening to yourself, you listen to your trials and tribulations, and now it's like, all right, well, I made this music back then. Have I progressed?
Right.
Did I work on it? Did I
Right.
touch this? Did I acknowledge that?
Yeah.
So like, that can be troubling to listen to.
Right.
And then even like, oh shit, I ain't even acknowledged that. I ain't
Right.
fixed that.
Right.
So yeah, so like I totally get it. So we'll go to Approve. What's the one thing that you're proud of about Approved after listening to Denied?
So Approved is the fun shit.
Yeah.
Approved is the party. Approved is the tequila. It's all whiz down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I have two genres: waist up, waist down. That's music to me. You either
Got
make
it.
waist up shit like boom, you know what I'm saying, or like
The
some
waist
Cali
down
shit.
shit is.
Or you make like Dele tu madre, bless you. You know what I mean? Like that's my two. And Approved is all celebration. Approved is like, I'm finally here. I'm finally gonna be able to travel. I'm finally gonna be able to go to places. You know what I'm saying? And to me, that was, all that felt like to me was celebration. And Approved has all of the fun stuff, like all of the fun features, Baz, Kaz, Sango. There's a lot of fun people on there and just party, really.
Celebration.
Yeah, it's just for women,
Party.
really. I mean, I did not care about any man on that side of the
I don't know
project.
why any artist really cares about making music for men anyway, because
But they're not supposed to.
if the women like it, the men
I
will
mean,
like
the
it
women
too.
are the A&Rs of the industry.
Right.
Of course.
I mean,
Sure.
like, Rosie
Of course.
can attest to that. She's worked in clubs and bars and all this. Like, you know what song is going to pop. You know what girls like.
Nobody,
Like,
I don't know any man that goes in there thinking like, man,
I'm going to make this shit for my niggas. Like,
niggas
no, you're
gonna
not.
go up when this gone. The club is
I
like,
think there's probably some artists.
Some.
There's some artists that
in a
be like,
different way. In
I
a
know
different
you
way.
love
Remember
this
Jay-Z
shit.
said he made Reasonable Doubt for his friends?
yeah, but like that
But
was
no,
because
like, all right, but in
he
the
wasn't
vein,
planning.
but in the vein that he's talking about.
Yeah.
He was like, all right, Approved is a celebration. Like, we partying, we chilling. Like, that kind of music and that kind of vein, yeah, we make it for them.
right.
Reasonable Doubt, Where I'm From, Volume 1, It Was Written, Ready to Die. Yeah, that was made for the niggas.
Of course.
So
of
I think
course.
it's-
I'm saying if you're making any, I don't know no dudes making waist down music thinking like,
no.
oh man,
yeah, nah. Cash don't love his shit. Like, I'm not making it for
Hey,
him.
man, we in 2021. Come on, man.
which is fine. Which is fine.
Let the dudes get their waist down shit
Which
on, man.
is
I hope you do,
totally-
bro. I
it
hope
is-
you go to Everyday People and get your rocks off. Go ahead, son.
Which is totally, listen, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I just want to be clear. I want to be clear.
Nah, man, we ain't talking about that.
I'm just saying there's certain songs that give a certain energy
I know.
that I like that I've seen kept at certain places. That's all I'm saying.
I get it.
But you know
I
what's
will not yuck your yum.
But you know
bro.
what's interesting? Even in that statement, when you say like, a lot of artists don't make records for men and shit like that.
Right.
I had to
Right.
because who's the brown man before me?
Right.
So I had to.
hold on, let me think.
Tonight was for the brown guy. You know what I'm saying? Brown man airport pat down is one of the lines of, you know what I'm saying? A brown man ain't never heard that in hip hop. Literally
Is
ever.
it fucked up that I really like that line?
That's my
Wait, which one?
Like because the way he says it in the song, I really like that line.
I say it's called Man Down. And in the song, I say, never back out, gotta act out. And then I said, brown man, airport, pat down.
I get it.
But I like it.
Yeah.
The
random search. You've been picked for a random search.
I'm just trying to share plights. You know what I mean? But that's because they're truly, like, there's no, it'd be one thing if we had, like, this person or that person. Or
there's no representation.
There's literally, like, nothing, And I know you can relate to this a lot because Afrobeat just started.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like a couple years.
I grew up on King Sunny Ade and all these records. So
Fella, like I've been listening to Fella my entire life.
Exactly. So like now when I listen to Hot 97 and I hear like some Afrobeat shit just like in the wild, the first time I heard that shit, I was like,
the fuck? Where am I?
What? Like when did this happen? It happened swift too.
Right.
Like it happened in Brooklyn and then all of a sudden it was just everywhere. Right. And
that goes for a lot. That's how I felt when I heard down south music in New York. I was
like,
oh, y'all rocking with
out
this
here?
now?
Okay.
Okay, because before this was trash. Now y'all like it. Bet.
Exactly. Before I was an African booty scratcher. Now y'all all.
Now everybody knows this.
That sermon so long, bro.
I just want to make sure we all keep it score here.
They called Kaz. That was traumatizing for Kaz.
1,000%,
They called him that. Because the way he said it before, I was African.
1,000%.
Look at me now.
I done called some of my friends elementary like, you booty scratcher. I'm like, oh,
nah, bro.
Now niggas are like, oh,
never forgot
never
that.
won on the Apple charts.
Never forget him. Look.
Never forget.
Somebody said I wore onion lotion, and that shit, I never forget that shit for the rest of my life. Your mother cooks and shit. I'm in a 1-bedroom apartment with 6 people. The kitchen is next to the living room. It's the same shit.
It's gonna stay.
Everyone
It's going to stay, my nigga.
I'm going to school, and they're like, what? So how's it possible your skin smells like onion? You got onion lotion? Bro, I just sat there for like
my mother was cooking.
I never heard that before, but like I've heard it referred to.
Yeah.
That's
how I learned how to cook. Immigrants learned how to fry people just off of getting fried.
They got to.
We had to learn how to.
Yo, you cook?
Huh?
You cook?
Do I cook here and there? I'm not no like super chef, but
Yeah, I've never seen you cook.
He don't need to cook.
you don't come over, bro.
No, I meant cook as in like making fun of people. My bad.
he
like
meant roasting. He meant
fried
roasting.
people.
Yeah,
No,
I
I fry him all the time.
But also, here we
I
go.
fry him weekly. Come on, come with it. What's up?
Here we go.
How look?
Roast
That.
battle.
Come
I'm
on.
not even about this, yo, bro. Like,
He's
I know what you're gonna say.
I wasn't even. I was
Just do
talking
it.
I know
about.
you're gonna try
At this point,
something.
at this
I know
point.
you're
I
gonna try
was
something.
talking
Look.
about
At this
chefing. I
point.
wasn't talking about nothing. Like, I was like, you.
He wasn't talking about that.
I was talking about
He was talking about roasting
No,
people.
but like he was like talking about his mom.
But do you want
So I
to
was just asking.
roast?
I'm not trying to roast. I mean,
Okay.
he got a sweat stain right there, but we good. But
Wow. First off, this is what we doing.
Get him.
First off, the studio need to put the AC back on. It's hot here. It's a great shirt. Damn it.
it's not hot, bro.
Listen.
Niggas like,
Man, how many times?
Anyway,
How
look at
many
Rosie instigate.
times can we cook them
That's
horses?
all she does.
How many times
You gonna
can
talk
we
like that?
cook them horses? No.
Bro, really?
Yes, and these are some
Don't look down here.
some dogs too.
Nigga,
Don't look down here.
Nigga,
Don't even go over
Look,
here.
we already saw you take over Madison Square Garden on Tuesday night. So, all right, Jadakiss, relax. We got
Oh
you.
wow.
Anyway, yeah.
Listen,
I'm
I love Jada,
sorry.
so you ain't offended
No,
me.
my niggas like, y'all not doing this. Like, we here with my nigga. Right now. Anyway, the night is out. Approved comes out in September.
Nah, fuck that.
That
Keep going.
terry cloth socks? Are those socks terry cloth? Let me see. No. Pull them up.
They are.
Pull them up. Look at that.
I like that.
Not the fucking
They
damn.
fucking
Is that-
Socks.
Nah,
Yes.
hey, Lo.
Is that what?
I was at home.
How you
when I woke
going
up.
out?
Lo, I'm not even trying to make fun of you. I swear to God, I'm not. Your ankles hot as shit. You know your ankles hot. Your ankles are sweaty.
There's no way.
Those
Wait a minute,
are
sweat-
Those are
socks.
Did you
Hey,
kill?
yo, they feel
Did you
great.
kill Cookie Monster?
They feel great. They feel great.
Put Cookie Monster. Give Cookie Monster back his skin.
No, first off. How do you have a
Give
sweat
Cookie
stain?
Monster
How do you
back
have a
his
sweat
skin?
stain near your rib?
First
It's not even
off-
up here. It's near your
First
rib.
off,
Is your
first
rib
off.
sweating? What's up?
First off,
Oh, now it's
we can't see your ankles sweating for dear life. We
Why
know.
not? They not.
All right, jump up and down right now. Say it won't sound like a wet
Nigga,
sandwich.
You jump up and down without breaking your sweat. Without breaking
Say it
your
won't
shorts.
sound like a wet sandwich right now. You know,
You jump up and down without ripping your shorts.
come on, son.
Bro.
Yo.
These are sexy thighs. They know what time it is.
Nah, they don't know.
They know what they're tuning in for. They tuning in for these thigh meats, baby. Now let's talk about them wet ass feet.
Your chin socks like, yo.
I really don't think you're
Yo,
supposed
you
to wear them out.
you snap your toe fingers right now. Them shit's gonna splash like
And
this.
they feel comfortable. They feel comfortable. Nigga, you flap your arms, nigga, it's like gonna squirt out your fucking underarm.
Yo, you jump right now, it's gonna sound like a sponge letting the water out.
Yeah, I'm not doing it. Did you pour more?
Crochet wool
I did.
socks.
Oh, I'm like,
Yeah, that happened already. Yeah, we refilled up. Yeah.
All right.
I just want to know what Cookie Monster did that you had to kill him and turn him into your socks.
You're not supposed to leave the house with those socks
90
on.
degrees and you got a long sleeve shirt on.
You have a
Yo, chill out, bro.
You
And they feel comfortable.
I bet they do.
This is
I
cotton.
bet they do.
This
I'm
is
not hot
cotton.
at all.
This is cotton. This
feel
is cotton.
fantastic.
That shit. Oh no.
I feel fantastic.
This is
I might as well
already my
wear a
favorite
onesie.
episode.
This is what we do all the fucking time.
I might as well wear a onesie.
Yeah,
I wore my Nas long sleeve first of all.
man.
So let's get into
I'll
it.
leave that alone.
I'm mad at that, bro.
All right, so
I'm mad at
denied
that.
approved. I just also want you to talk about the shop that you have in LES.
Yeah, so I've most of my career I've really based off of the legend, the great Nipsey Hussle, rest in peace. You know, like he really framed the way I have a career.
Right.
So
He was the first rapper I seen like really repping like Eritrean people.
Eritrea.
Yeah.
And also he's also the first rapper, like he was doing it for 10 years and no one noticed.
Yeah.
No one cared.
Yeah.
But that never let him stop him. He always kept going. Really, he didn't get noticed until Crenshaw. Me and the boys was listening to him since like Mailbox Man.
Bullets ain't got no
Like,
name.
it's
Like,
been-
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so I kind of have a similar route in terms of like, maybe because it's so new or whatever the case may be,
Right.
all of my stuff has had to have been done on my own with my team and my people. So because of that, we were like, what are we gonna do with the bread that we make and how we gonna flip it? And so, we made a cafe.
Mm-hmm.
It's the first Bengali-owned cafe in LES. It's called Kolkata Chai on Avenue being 3rd. Y'all should definitely stop by.
Definitely gonna pull up.
It's a great space.
Got the hookah.
But we got the hookah outside. We keep that hookah downstairs. You know what I'm saying? That's how shit. But imagine like TGI Fridays being the first person to ever tell people about collard greens. You'd be like, what the fuck?
Gotcha.
But that's Starbucks with chai tea.
Oh, okay.
Right, like-
okay.
Chai is tea.
Right.
You're just saying tea. There's ginger tea. There's almond tea. There's masala tea. So there's masala chai, ginger chai. You know what I'm saying? There's no such thing as chai tea. You know what I mean? So we were just like,
I never knew that.
I didn't know that either.
We were like, I can't believe that.
I heard the same thing about like it's not namaste. Like how
Namaste.
white people say it. Yeah.
It's namaste.
Namaste. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like,
namaste. How
Right.
white people say it.
and we were, me and
white people be
my partner,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
were just sitting there going,
Love you, Jake.
we were just sitting there going, I can't believe we let white folks do this for this long. Like, where's the brown person that took this narrative back? Like,
Right.
where are they? And we were like, well, I guess we should be that,
What's the name of the spot again?
Kolkata Chai. So Kolkata is a city in India, but it's the Bengali-speaking city in India, and that's where my two partners are from. Ayan Sanyal, who is the chef, and Ani Sanyal, who is my manager, but also a partner of mine who started the cafe, and I'm a partner with them.
Dope.
So we have a cafe. I just want to Webby for my PBS documentary.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Webby Gang.
Yeah.
Webby nominated, never won one, but I'll take it.
we won the People's
Okay.
Choice joint. You know what I'm saying? That was really cool. I've never been nominated for anything, so that was my first time, and that was really cool. But yeah, just putting my, doing different things, getting into different pockets of stuff outside of music. And
That's what's up, man. That's
yeah.
Listen, man, again, we've known each other since about 2013, 2012, and to see your progression, to see where you've gone, where you took it, your message, how you articulate it, you having your hands in different places. I'm glad to just have this shit.
I was just noticing my sweats down. Like, damn, I am a little wet over here. It's kind of hot.
Look at low face.
I have a little wet.
Like, as I'm
get a
trying to,
little-
give this nigga his flowers,
like a
you
little-
over there, patting yourself down.
I mean, we got some AC.
Yeah, nigga, go outside, take a walk.
Well, I gotta take a walk. It's hotter out there.
Yeah. Now it's not funny, huh?
Sir,
Yeah.
do we got the AC on? I mean, please.
Nah, nigga.
We'll
shut
give
up.
him a disclaimer. Be like, listen, we got to turn the AC on. So if this
Anik,
listening experience,
glad you came through, denied and approved. That joint, album or projects really articulates and really lets people know where you come from, struggles you come from, and where you're gonna go. and I'm just glad to have you here. It's been a long motherfucking time. Kid.
Yeah, man, I appreciate y'all a lot.
You didn't change your whole look. Nigga got hair now. nigga, when I met this nigga, he had a fucking Caesar. Now this nigga got the the blowout and whatever.
I'm gonna catch you soon, bro. I'm trying, B. Come back in
get
like a
there?
year. Come back a year to change, bro.
I gotta come back in 5 years.
You're
But you gonna get there.
You're not getting there.
Why?
Like that?
Just because you're not getting there?
You're not getting there.
Just yo, bro, castor oil.
That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm doing all the juices and berries, bro. You see me?
Yeah, you got a cul-de-sac hairline. Anyway,
We had that.
Wow. Now this.
You know, for the
Well, do you shower with that fitted on? I just have to
nigga,
know.
do you shower with your shorts on, bro? Cause I feel like
Doesn't
they're
make any
glued
sense.
to your thighs.
I just feel like for the person who hates to be roasted the most, you be starting
sure do
all
be
this shit.
starting, bro.
How you starting with niggas?
I'm sitting here chilling,
You always
bro.
crack a joke and you
I
hate to be
started with
roasted.
Chilling.
I didn't crack the first joke today.
I'm sitting here chilling.
I didn't crack the first
And
joke.
it's like, ooh, you're not going to grow the hair. I'm trying to give my man's hair compliment. I'm like, all right, bro, I see you. I'm trying to catch up myself. You know what I me? And you making that face.
All right.
Just because
Now this.
those hair
Nick,
fossils gave
I
up years
appreciate you
ago.
for coming through, my nigga.
Excuse me? So what happened? Just saying? No?
The fuck are you
Clear. Boom.
It's funny.
Can't wake up the
Stay
follicles.
laughing at, nigga. Like, what are you laughing
Because
at?
it's so funny because you hate being roasted, but you
I'm not being
You
roasted.
always thought the
no,
roast, bro.
you hate me
I
for
didn't
even
start the
joking
roast.
on you.
I did not start the roast
Because
today.
for obvious
I
reasons,
didn't
your
start
blood
the- I
pressure,
didn't-
you're
I didn't-
sensitive, but then you come at us
Bro,
constantly.
I didn't start the roast today. I literally did not start the roast today.
You started with his West.
You do know this is like
it's
the word we're
progressively
taping.
Yo,
it.
did I start the roast? Did I start the roast today?
I think you guys all look amazing.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Nick. Thank you. Thank you so much.
I think your
feel
beard
great.
is flourishing, Lo.
Thank you.
I think Rosie's orange is great. It pops with her skin.
Great orange. Yes.
You know, I think Kaz's shorts are great.
Thank you.
You know,
Perfect
what I'm
leg
Look how he
for
made a
summer
face
day.
at everybody.
Stop telling on niggas.
He
You
smiled.
snitching.
He
Like,
smiled with
hold
the
it.
beard.
Bro, I just said,
He
all right.
smiled with
You
the beard.
cannot
You
hold
got to
it?
me. He was
I
like,
said, well, all right, like that's cool. Yeah, his shorts is cool.
hating with
All right.
low.
Never ends with
Y'all
this
niggas
guy.
sensitive as fuck. Anyway, Nick, thank you for coming through. You gonna chill with us now? We gonna talk our shit.
Yeah, let's do it, man.
Let's
All
talk
right,
our
let's have a
shit,
good
Go
buddy.
time.
ahead, go ahead.
I'll say-
Superstar. Oh my God. Here y'all go. Nigga, don't lead it off. Like, bro.
Hey, I
A lot
thought
has
it was-
happened. We took a
A
week
lot
off.
of things happened.
We
You
took a
know,
weekend off.
Where do you want to start?
till the week off.
Shit, where do you want to start?
Lots of hip hop
I know where we can
conversation. Please, Rosie, lead the way. Golly, great place to start. Jadakiss
That was your Jadakiss ad lib?
versus I
Horrible.
was.
But, yeah.
It took a while for it to register. I didn't know that.
Hold on, wait.
Oh,
You
wait,
do it.
I was closer.
It's not.
Anyway.
Like, you know, she sounds like him, but like, it's fine.
Anyway, shout out to everybody that was in New York
Sarcastic.
City or at least got to experience New York City through Instagram or Apple or Fight or wherever you were streaming Verzuz on Lowe's cheat sheet. Make sure you go download that as well. The dips and locks lived up to the hype.
Oh my days.
Listen,
Lived up
did
to the
they?
hype. We've been talking about
do you
this
mean did it?
incoming.
Yes,
No,
it
no,
did.
no, I'm saying I know the actual show lived up to the hype, but did everybody live
I
up?
think it
no,
did.
no.
I think it did.
No,
I think.
I see
no,
what she's
you see
saying.
what I'm
No, I see
saying.
what she's saying.
Okay, what are you trying to say? Explain it.
What? Yo, he turned to a girlfriend so quick. So what you trying to say?
Yeah.
What you mean by that?
I'm trying to let you have your point so I can be like, okay.
No,
well,
like
what are we
I
doing?
think the verses itself lived up to the hype. I don't think the participants.
You think the
did.
diplomats phoned it in?
I think that they didn't even see
They
each
took
other.
a dive?
I think they met each other there and they didn't practice or rehearse shit.
Hell no.
They just showed up there
They
and was like,
never
all right,
do.
fuck it, let's do this.
I don't think they ever do. I think the last time we saw them rehearse anything was that Knicks commercial for Kith when they were opening up Madison Square Garden way back when.
Well,
But-
they were by themselves.
I really, I'm not gonna
and
lie,
I'm not even
though.
sure if they filmed that all together because they all had their little solo spots.
You see, I'm
I
not
wouldn't
gonna
be
lie though.
surprised.
I really expected them to come a little more prepared.
I don't think so. Have you met Cameron?
No,
I've been, listen,
no.
I ain't gonna hold you. I thought they was gonna have.
I know Jim.
I thought they was at least gonna like know who was gonna rap what part. Not all of them rap together and get out of breath at the same time.
No,
mean, like-
it's. I don't think it would have been as bad of a showing if they were going up a group similar to them. I feel like the Lox is too cohesive. They still actually like each other. They fuck with each other. They still make music together. Like
That's been
They're-
a repetitive narrative.
all that type of stuff, and it showed. Like it was just the three of them when they got on stage.
Leadership
like,
is important too, right?
yeah,
Like when Jada was like, "Yeah, I got them." Like I'm the. What would he say? What's the exact words? Like I got them on my back. When they were
Yeah,
like, they were
yeah.
like you keep playing your shit, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna steer
think-
I'm gonna steer the ship. Watch how I bring them over or whatever like that."
Mm-hmm.
Like him saying that, I was like, "Yo, that's
I
mad
think
leadership."
what it was, I think the entire city or the fan base, including myself, thought that the Dips would have it well more put together because their songs, catalog wise,
right,
I believe, are better than the Lox.
Right.
So we had this conversation since we skipped last weekend. The episode before we had this conversation where we were saying like we all said it too. We said Diplomats have more hits, but in New York, the Lox
they
have like more people know about Dipset outside of New York than the Lox.
I'm gonna say something I don't think I'm allowed to say.
So you don't agree with what I just said?
I hate when people do that. Just say it.
I don't think I agree.
No,
I don't think I agree.
We know.
I'm saying outside of New York.
I'm not saying Dipset wasn't the shit because it is, and I'm a super stan for Cam and Joel's and Jimmy.
Right.
But to act like it wasn't a little bit exacerbated by like white journalists, like white rap writers that like
I'm not
gonna all the time. I'm not to say that it wasn't a little bit like
I'm not
if you went on Twitter, if you went on Twitter the week leading up to Verzuz and you said, the Lox is gonna win, people looked at you like you had 8 heads.
I'm not. Yo, fuck that.
What you mean fuck that?
No, fuck that. I'm not leaning towards the white journalists that the motherfuckers that sit in their base.
Are we not gonna act like
no? I'm not.
So then you haven't just noticed. You haven't been paying attention.
I'm paying attention to a lot of shit. I'm going off of like what I grew up on, what I knew, what I recognized.
Nobody's saying
I was gonna say
doesn't have that cult following, absolutely. But to act like that didn't help and absolutely keep them relevant for a long time, especially after they heyday.
No, but I meant for this purpose.
Not paying attention.
No, for the Verzuz purposes. I think that a lot more people outside of New York know who Dipset is versus the Lox. That's all I'm saying.
Yes.
They know who Jada is.
And the reason why
they know
a lot
who
of more
Jada
people,
is, but they don't know the Lox.
I'm not going to
like
give that responsibility to white journalists. No, I'm not.
Listen,
I'm just not.
Listen.
Like, I'm not doing that. Fuck
I've been in Harlem. I lived in Harlem for a third of my life.
I'm from Jersey.
Like I'm very well aware of what Dipset meant to New York and to all of hip hop music. But to literally sit here and completely ignore how much that sector, and especially when it comes to reporting music and and rap journalism, to act like that wasn't a big factor.
No, it wasn't.
You're just not paying attention.
How you gonna tell me I'm not paying attention, nigga?
Because you're not.
Nigga, I've been in this shit since like what 07, 08. Like I know.
You don't think the people that run the Fader and run Complex and run Spin and run Rolling Stone and run all these things.
All I said was I thought Dipset had more hits.
No, I'm not.
He's saying
I'm not saying they didn't have more hits.
He's saying the awareness or part of the awareness is placed on the white journalists like the Faders, the Complexes.
Oh.
Like the
no, that's not what I'm saying.
That's exactly what you're saying.
Kazeem.
Are you going to tell me that's what I'm saying when I'm about to explain to you?
You literally just said it to us.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Explain what you're saying.
What I was saying was to act. I'm not saying that Dipset didn't have more hits than anybody. And I've been purposing this mad time saying like, it's not like I'm not a super Dipset fan.
Okay.
It's not like I didn't live in Harlem. But to act like a lot of these publications, which have the biggest responsibility of keeping especially artists, not just mainstream, but away from their core audience, which in this case would be New York, and to act like that wasn't a big proponent for Dipset super standum since like the last what? When was the last time they even dropped like a group project? Dropped like an actual single? Anything like that? They've always had the support. They've always had the massive support.
Last year.
Jadakiss, Styles P, not so much Sheek Louis, but Jadakiss and Styles P have been consistently dropping songs for the past 10 years. And this is before some of their biggest hits. Cam kind of comes when he kind of comes and goes. Joel's is like a reality TV star. And Jim Jones is the only consistent one.
Out of Dipset, Joel's is the one that has not been consistent. Cam and Jim have been dropping projects for years.
Right. I think Jim has been more consistent, but I feel like Cam, not for nothing, I think he's kind of rested on the laurels and the mythology of himself that was perpetuated by a lot of these people that run these publications.
No, because he's a fucking legend. He's already established.
I'm not saying he's not a legend.
98, 99. Like, this nigga's already established. Like,
so
he's good.
I'm
not resting everything.
I'm not saying I'm resting everything on him, but I'm saying that's a big part.
It's not
That's
a big
huge part.
It's a small part.
That's a huge part.
Small part.
To
So
act
now,
like
all right,
people
so
who
now
don't-
you're downgrading Cam.
I'm not downgrading.
Yes, you are, bro.
How many times do I have to preface it by saying like, "Yo, I'm a Dipset fan," but to
I
act like
understand that.
was to go ahead and to be.
It's a portion
to
of
go
their.
on
It's a
social
portion
media
of their.
and
It's
to
a
hear
portion
so
of their
many people.
It's a portion of their relevancy. It's a portion. Yes.
It's a big portion.
No, it's not.
So
It's not a
why
big
is it when
portion.
you go on Twitter, but the week before, and you're saying, well, you know, the Lox might win, and everyone's like shitting on you, saying like, no, Dipset has this, that.
Because that's what we understand. That's what we know. That's what we
because
see. That's what
people-
we experience.
because of
bro.
what I said.
You talking about
People-
Jordan?
The heights-
people know
the
more.
heights that the Dipset reached were the highest
No, I just feel like
because of my fault. Go
Dipset
ahead.
brings more of a bell to people than the Lox.
Okay.
A lot of people didn't even.
It's a
a lot of people just
mainstream
know
thing.
Jada because they didn't even know the Lox. You know what I'm saying? Because to be honest with you, the Lox, you had to really be from New York at first.
Okay. Well, we're talking about
Agree to
that.
disagree.
We don't have to agree to disagree.
Yes,
Anyway,
we actually
fast
do.
forward,
We don't have to
they
agree
didn't
to
do
disagree.
shit on that
Because
stage.
I don't agree with
All I'm
you,
saying
you don't
is-
agree with
All
me,
right.
so agree to disagree.
All I'm
Okay.
saying is for
They
people
didn't do shit on the stage.
The point I was
They
trying to
didn't do
make.
shit.
The point I was trying to make is for people to go in there and giving the Lox and more so Jadakiss absolutely no shot to beat Dipset was the reason why that's perpetuated is because of the mythology that they've been built up for years.
They
haven't
have
really
better
been-
songs, Kaz.
Do they?
Yes.
We just saw it on stage.
No.
Do
No,
they
no, no, no,
really?
no.
Dipset,
No, no,
right?
no, no.
Do
No,
they
talking about
really?
No, time out.
Do they really?
No, time
Hold
out.
on.
Time out. What we saw on Tuesday night was a group that was prepared, a group that was in sync, a group that rehearsed,
Okay.
a group that understood what the assignment was.
Right.
Someone who already was in this arena, Jadakiss, he understood what it was. He was like, all right, you know what? This is not about hits. This is about moments. This is about recognition. This is about nostalgia. Dipset could have easily got to that point. They could have easily
So
played,
would you say is one of those
hold
things?
on. They could have easily did mixtape tracks. Their sequence was off. It wasn't because they had bad songs. It wasn't because their catalog wasn't better than the Lox's.
No.
They were just off. They came out
They were
separately. They were off. They came out separately. It didn't look fly. It didn't look, they were worried about separate legacies. Cam wanted to come out and his shit. Joel's had the Verzuz shit that you designed. Jim I'm joking. Jim had, his shit. They were like
not
it was
in tune
separate.
at all.
The Lox came out as if they were going to a barbecue. Jada had his Timbs on. Style had his shit.
They went out like they
She
dressed
had-
every day.
She had his
let me
sweats.
tell you
Like,
something.
that was there.
Let me
there
tell you
was-
something.
No, listen. Everything was in sync with the Lox, and they knew who the stars were. They were like, "Yo, Jada, this is your moment. You've been in this arena. We're gonna let you fly," and that's what it was. Jim, like these niggas were not in sync. They were
weren't
on a
prepared.
stage together. Fucking Freaky was doing whatever he was doing. Joel's was like on the floor doing crazy shit.
You know
Jim
what I was
jumping in the
laughing-
crowd because he lost his.
Fam.
Yo, they were all over the
Hold
place.
on. How
Fam,
y'all felt
Quincy
about-
Jones could have put together Dipset's fucking set list.
Nigga,
there was
I
not
could've done
beating
it.
the Lox that fucking night.
No, yes, they
They're
could've.
not.
They
They
had a
could've.
chance.
fucking
They had a
not.
chance, bro.
No, they
They
didn't.
could have.
Yo,
Dipset may
They
have
just
had a
wasn't
higher
ready.
height. Dipset may have had a higher hype. But if you're talking about longevity,
I'm saying-
if you're
I'm
talking about
saying they could
versatility,
have. They could have.
Yo, Versus is
But they just not in one. They're just
Versus
not one.
is decided by sequence. That's how Versus decided. Versus the Dipset has a better catalog than the Lox.
a lot of the
do.
sequence was determined by the shit talk that Dipset was saying.
And the
Joel, the biggest moment, two of the
based their
biggest
shit-
moments of the night. Two of the biggest moments of the night
Right.
came when they played Welcome to New York City, and they were like, you don't got a bigger New York record than that. And then the big viral moment happened when fucking New York comes on, and he says, I'm outside, throws the hat on, and everybody goes crazy.
Right.
The second big moment happened of the night was when Joel's does fucking Hey Ma, I think.
The girl-
And it was like, you ain't got no girl records.
And yes,
Jadakiss
the
says,
fuck
I ain't
they
got no
do.
girl records. Medley on my shit. And then
And
play
he
that,
didn't
all
even
that
play
shit.
Best of Me and Maya, which is the best
I
one,
have
by the
a-
way.
And it's like, and they could have kept going.
Well,
is what I'm saying.
My point is, it's sequence.
What songs did the Dipset
it's-
not play that could have been like, that
They
could have
played.
flipped
They
the
didn't
shit?
play a lot of
They
shit.
didn't play a lot.
They didn't play Bieber, Benz, and Bentley. They didn't play What Means the World to You.
They could have went horse and carriage
They
with
did
it. Like
horse and
none of them.
carriage.
They
They
didn't
didn't
do
play
none of that
Those
shit.
records
No.
ain't beating those Jada records,
But you're
bro.
not-
They're not.
Go ahead.
If they were fully prepared, they could have.
They were not prepared, and I'm not saying that they would have beat them. It would have been a
It would have been. It
better
would have been a better.
contest.
Yeah. It
This
would
is
have.
a
They whitewashed them niggas in front of New York City.
this is a difficult.
Spanking,
This,
bro.
this is a little difficult because if you're talking just the groups, if you're talking songs from the Lox compared to songs from Diplomats,
Yeah.
Diplomats have really big records.
They have
That's what I'm
huge
saying.
records.
really big
That's what I'm
records.
saying.
But also, to his point, if you're talking Jadakiss records.
Thank you.
But that's not no.
But they were using it
But
in the
no,
verse.
we're saying they took it there because they were
because New York, 100 Guns, 100 Clips was not.
This group was
a
so
Lox
off that
record.
Jada could just, all right, fuck it, I'm gonna just throw features at y'all.
But also
all day.
But they also did that, right? Dipset did that. Yeah.
Dipset did that
like
too.
They did solo
Cam
records
played the
as well.
solo
They don't know
Cam
what they
played
did.
solo records.
They didn't know what
played
they
solo
did. They had.
So
They
I'm
came
just
in there
using
with.
I'm just using your argument in terms of if you're going by what you say, it's about
the sequence.
Sequence.
Yeah.
If you're going by sequence, and then Cam plays solo records, right? Because he has very strong, very good solo records.
All three of them do.
Yeah,
all three.
Jimmy Jewels.
Yeah.
You know they once they start playing solo records,
They just
then
don't care.
at that point I no longer think it's about the Lox' songs. Then I think it's about Styles P gotta play I Get High.
Yeah.
Jadakiss gotta play all his solo records. And then when you match that, and when you match Jadakiss' solo records with Cameron's solo records or Jimmy's solo records, does he match up? And I do think the answer is yes.
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't.
Jadakiss's solo records do not match up with Jimmy
You're
and Cam
bugging.
at all.
Okay.
Bugging.
Respect.
You are
What solo
bugging, bro.
records did Jada play?
You are
What
knock
solo
yourself
record?
out.
Okay, one.
He played
New York.
That's not a solo record.
I got 100 gun 100.
That's not a solo record. That's a verse.
But I consider
another one.
that a
No,
solo in
that.
terms
Give
of
me a solo
tempo.
record from Jada.
So now I gotta go and pull up the
Exactly.
damn, get the
You done-
the damn
So when I
set
said solo
listing.
record, I meant a record
You
that he was a
talking about
part
the
of.
It's even a feature.
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
talking about a record he was a part
Yeah,
of.
like even a feature is fine.
That's because Jada was a part of that. It was a historical moment regardless. You know what I'm saying?
But when we're
That's
talking about
what
solo
I was
records,
saying.
Jada doesn't have a lot of solo
Honestly,
records.
when they played Honey, that
Which
shit
one?
with Mariah Carey.
Oh yeah. Oh,
I was
yeah.
like, they win.
I was like, what are you talking? Like,
They won already, but I was just like,
listen
but
again.
also,
again,
Dipset
I have
wasn't
to-
ready. Dipset was not ready.
I'm not trying to cape for
They
niggas.
were
You
not
ever,
ready.
you ever watch any team play like the 2017 Golden State Warriors? It's just like, it's just not, you can have the best night ever. It's still just not going to be a fucking night, yo. That's what it was. Like,
They
I
were
love
not,
the
yo.
Dipset, bro.
They were not prepared.
I've seen them all. I've seen
They were not prepared.
the greatest Cleveland Cavaliers team I've ever seen go into Golden State and just like, it don't matter, bro. Like, you're just not winning that night.
They were not prepared.
Versus,
They were not prepared.
Versus is specifically
and this is-
catered
this
to a
is-
nigga like Jadakiss.
No,
it
this-
is specifically
no,
catered to a nigga like him.
Versus is catered to your classics and your hits. What they were performing weren't
One of
hits.
Jadakiss' biggest moments from that was not even a hit. It was him performing a damn freestyle off a mixtape, off the championship mixtape.
Because of the
and motherfuckers didn't even know. They thought it was freestyle. And that's how hard it was.
No, because of the narrative and because how off the Diplomats were, and now it felt like that freestyle he was talking to them.
Yes.
Because every time that nigga would say a word or a line, he would do this.
It was responsive. It was Mayweather.
They
like
had their
Mayweather don't swing to hit you. He
There-
waits
no.
for you to do this, and then boom.
Their showmanship.
That was a lot.
Their showmanship won that battle.
Right.
And that's how he won with Fab. The showmanship. It wasn't the records. These niggas came out to perform. These niggas knew the assignment. I'm not going against their catalog. I'm not saying like they don't have big records, they don't have big moments, but these niggas knew exactly what to do. They went first.
If we're going song for song,
When they went first, that's when I knew it was over.
if we're going song for song, even with the best sequence, the best you strategized Dipset list,
Right.
the Dipset will have higher heights because they have bigger records. They got Dipset Anthem. They got I Really Mean It. They got Certified Gangsters. They have fucking From Me to You records. They have higher heights. But if you're talking about a group, and more specifically a solo artist who's been relevant since 94, 93 to today, to yesterday at the Donda shit. Like, still to this day, and mind you, not taking anything away from Cam. He's still very relevant. Still putting out records, still getting called for those guest hooks on the J. Cole intro, all that type of shit. Not taking that away from him. I'm saying Verzuz is specifically geared to a dude like Jadakiss, because when you call yourself top 5 dead or alive, and that's off one LP, for your whole career, and you never really have a place to prove it, this is the place to prove it, because you could play whatever you want. You could have said, they could have had no setup. They could have had no plan to perform. All they had to do was, whatever you got, whatever Cam has, Jada has an answer. Whatever the Dipset has, the Lox have an answer. Oh, you wrote for me? I got All About the Benjamins. Oh, you like that? Oh, I got this. Oh, you like lady records? Oh, we got this. Oh, knock yourself out. We gonna make it. Fuck, like, they have answers for everybody. Don't like Kanye West. From today.
No, I'm not.
That will still go up.
I'm not saying you're wrong, and you make a very valid argument. But watching all of these verses, putting together the cheat sheet, all these things are built on sequence and cohesiveness. The Diplomats had none of that. You're right. The Lox knew exactly where to go. They knew exactly where to take it. You know, they responded to all the shit talking. I felt like Diplomats thought they were going to win off of shit talking.
Yeah.
Because Cam and Jim are the king of
shit talkers. I never thought I'd see Cam and Jim get out shit talked.
They got out performed. They got out shit talked. They got out showmanship. They got out everything. The only thing that was better was their outfits.
Can I say something?
I mean, I think the biggest.
No.
I mean, the jewelry.
No.
The only thing better was their jewelry.
Nothing. I respect how the whole Lox came out because they came outside like true New Yorkers.
This is what I'm saying. Their assignment was different.
They was wearing that shit all day. They didn't even change.
Their assignment was different for both of these guys.
They're Harlem niggas, man.
I
This
think
is what I'm saying.
They're gonna do that regardless. They're gonna do that going down the street.
This is not, yo,
Yes,
this is the
they're
time.
gonna do the most
This is the
all the
time
time.
they shouldn't have done that. These niggas should have came out in white tees, Air Force Ones, and some grace. Bro, what's up? Like, I'm trying to.
What is that?
What is that?
What is that, bro? I'm trying to like
know what
talk
that
some
is.
shit. Like,
But it was cool.
I hope this isn't like from Horrible Decisions.
It might be. Oh, so it might be some kind of sex toy. I don't want it.
anyway,
That's why we were just like, ew.
I'm like, yeah, like, what the
That's not nice. That's not nice, people.
No, but anyway, like it just wasn't. They weren't there. They weren't together. They came out separately. We could tell that they weren't, fluid with it. The Lox they were just there to just get this shit done.
Yeah.
And Jada led the charge. Styles got his shine. She got his shine.
Yeah.
They all had their records, and they had their moments. And they were collectively. Every time Jada was going bar for bar, she was right there. Styles was right there. Joel was doing his shit. Jim was in the back, and Cam was.
Someone was falling off stage.
Bro,
Freaky was talking to people.
it was just off.
Cameron Giles got booed in Madison Square Garden. I never thought I would live to see the day, bro.
I knew I would live.
Like a single tear came from my eye when I saw that. I was like, no. I was like, no, not Cam, no.
But you're not known for that.
Yo, I have a question,
you're not known for I don't want to hear freestyle from you.
I have a question.
Jada's built for that. That's Jada's pedigree.
Yo,
I gotta say,
I have one question for y'all. How long do y'all think in real lifetime? How long do y'all think they were asking their homies to get off stage and nobody flinched?
Oh, at least.
Yo,
I was getting like when they first started, like they got
No. When they stopped in the middle and they were like, "Everybody get off stage so we can keep going." And everybody thought they was too important to move.
I was getting the ill flashbacks. I was like, oh God, no. I was like, oh, clear the stage.
But at least sometimes people kind of fake it. Some people kind of fake it. Nobody faked it. Everybody was like,
New York shit.
I literally saw they coast up one dude going. like that's I don't care what the fuck they talking about.
They ain't talking to me.
They ain't talking to me. It's like,
I wonder how long this really went on for. Like everybody thought they was too important to move.
I think the moral of this verse is don't underestimate Yonkers.
There you go.
No one underestimated.
I feel like, can I say something real quick?
I love the Lox.
No one underestimated them.
Yonkers?
I think a lot of people did it.
They was calling them upstate.
We don't call Yonkers upstate.
No one underestimated the Lox. We know.
Anything past Yonkers is upstate to me.
Yo, didn't they just, what they say? Somebody tweeted some shit like, they call Harlem South Yonkers now? It was some wild. Like, yo, that's nuts, cuz that.
I gotta say,
no one underestimated Yonkers. No one underestimated the Lox. We know what the Lox are capable of. We know who they are. We know their legacy.
We didn't.
No, we know, and a bunch of people know. We know what their legacy is.
right.
I keep saying this. Verzuz is not about battling and lyrical ability. It's about fucking hits and sequence. The Diplomats could have won that shit. They could have easily did that shit if they were in sync. The Lox were just in sync, and they brought nostalgia. They knew the assignment.
You think a Diplomat
They were
on
the better
same page?
performer.
Who was the better performer?
The Lox.
Lox.
Do you think Diplomats on the same page is better than the Lox on the same page?
On the same page?
On the same
yes.
page. I don't think so.
On the same. Bro,
I don't think so.
I can't tell you how many times I've examined my cheat sheet. I'm like, yo, if they did this.
How many back and forth? How many records do they got where they can go back and forth?
A lot.
Do they? Or do they just have
The
Cam's
only
verse, Joel's verse, Jim's verse?
You know what's crazy?
The only record,
Hold on, you know what's crazy?
The only record that the Diplomats don't have an answer for is All About the Benjamins. That's the only record that did not have an answer for.
But you know what's crazy? When Jada and Styles did Banned from TV, Cam has the next verse.
Yeah.
Why did he come up with that? He's the next verse. Hey, yo, 6 pages.
Look at your
my
face.
story 6,006.
That's not what
he could have
won
really
them the
came back.
battle, though.
I'm just saying, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. They weren't
It makes
prepared.
it interesting.
That's
It
what I'm
keeps
saying,
it
they weren't prepared.
Yo, like, all right, yo, bet, yo, if Jada plays that Band from TV, all right, Cam, you up next.
Cam,
right
you
after that.
next.
Let's go.
Hit him up with you're the
Your
next
DJ,
verse.
yo, your DJ, yo, you're the next verse.
That shit would have been
the
fire.
DJ should have been like, all right, bet. All right,
Yo,
Cam,
you
you
doing
up.
Band from TV,
And
go.
what happened? Oh, they want to do a shit talk.
Bro, that would have been fire.
Telling you,
that would have been
bro.
a fire moment.
That
Nori would have came out of nowhere and did the last verse.
That would have been, that would have been a crazy moment.
Could have been.
Jada and Styles going
They
back
wasn't
and forth,
ready.
and
Coulda
then
been,
Cam
would've
comes
been,
up
shoulda
behind.
been.
What?
And they didn't do the Johnny Blaze verse either. Listen. y'all
Sound like,
sleeping on
sound
them.
like
Nigga,
Knicks
I had a
fans,
set
bro.
list the entire night. I'm like, yo, play, all right, I hope
That
they play
sound like
this.
Knicks fans, man.
But I sound like you did.
Exactly. I'm like, we're making all these excuses. I'm like, yo,
I'm not making
no, we was
excuses.
not beating the Hawks, bro.
I'm not making an excuse.
I was on the Lox
like-
side, so I'm not making excuses.
Yeah,
I'm just saying,
I'm not making
I'm
excuses.
disappointed that they didn't put up a fight.
Yeah, they didn't put up a fight.
They didn't put up
They
shit.
put
They
up
was,
a fight.
They
No,
came
they
up there
didn't.
like,
No, they
hook.
didn't. No,
Yo,
they didn't.
Lox-
No,
when
they
they
didn't.
walked
The
on
Lox
stage,
had all the
disappointed.
counter punches, bro.
They walked on
Yo, the
stage and I-
Diplomats did not put up a fight.
The Lox
They-
had all the counter punches.
No,
they
they
knew
walked
you
on
was gonna play
stage.
all your big joints. They knew you was
They
gonna play
went
your big
first.
New York
How
records.
they have a counter punch? They went first. The
when
Lox
the
went first.
Dipset came on stage, I felt like I was walking to a bodega in Harlem. Like they were just scattering all over
All
the stage.
over the place. The
doing
Lox,
their
yo,
own thing. The
the
Lox
Lox
came in,
were
they all dressed
forefront.
alike. Just like, what's up? We ready.
Let's get to
They
the business.
They went there for one thing and one thing only.
Yeah.
Everything
Dipset
was
went there
off.
just to.
And they handled it.
Everything was off.
Yeah,
think
I gotta
Dipset
say.
and Unit would have been.
It was like an appearance in the club for
I think
them.
the Lox and Gina would have been.
I think they
Lox and
misunderstood.
They Lox.
It definitely felt
assignment.
like a club appearance.
They thought it was a club appearance.
Come get the bag and be out.
Yeah, they didn't understand the assignment. Like, no, you got to come prepared to perform.
Yeah.
Yo,
They was like, oh, we getting this bag real quick.
Yo,
Go.
Swizz. I think I seen this
And
on
why was
Twitter.
Swiss not the fucking
he's on
DJ for the
vacation.
Lox? That would have been.
No,
No,
Clue
the Lox
should have been.
DJ was-
Clue should have been.
The Lox DJ
Yo,
understood
shout out,
the
But I'm
game.
saying,
shout out
'cause
to
we're
the-
Rough Rider
DJ
shit.
Tech.
Tech.
Yeah,
DJ Tech.
DJ Tech knew, and they also rehearsed too, so they already knew what was going on. But Tech, every time Kiss called out to him, or every time it was time, Tech was on point. I don't know who the fuck was DJing for the Diplomats, but it just
Probably
was
their
not.
little cousin.
Probably iPhone, bro. It's probably on Spotify.
Yeah, one of their
Like,
cousins like, hey, yo, play this instrumental real quick.
I don't know.
I mean, it was a great moment, you know. And shout out to Fat Joe for doing that beautiful recap.
I was about to say, like, yo, this is the most. This
Shout
is
out
the
to White Castles.
This is the first verses.
Castles.
Castles, yeah, White
Castles.
Castles.
It's more
White
than one.
Castles.
It's more than
White
one.
That
Castles.
was my favorite part.
Yeah.
Was
It's-
that right
it's
there,
more
White
than
Castles.
one.
White
This is the
Castles.
first verses in probably since the beginning that I actually gone back and watched again.
3 times.
Several times.
No, I watched the T-Pain.
Nah, I've watched.
Like
I only watched that one because they shouted me out. But
It's no, that's a good one.
that was funny.
I feel like verses at such a tipping point right now because I feel like in my mind, not to verses, not to like however Triller wants to do it, whatever. In my mind, that's the perfect version of it. Like what we saw on Tuesday, I'm like, that's what I was envisioning when we was in the pandemic. I'm like, yo, one day when we get in front of people and like it's like yo, it's gonna look incredible. And I'm like, this is it. This is the perfect version of it. A fucking like a 6-man tag team match, like some pro wrestling shit.
Who's
bro.
topping that?
Like
I don't.
that's why I'm saying it's at
How
a
do you
tipping
top-
point
how
because
do
it's
you
like
top
you don't top that.
it's one, it's gonna be hard to top. 2, now like the bar is set so high where it's like, yo, if you don't come prepared,
Listen,
like you can,
that's
you can,
all
people can
I'm
legitimately
saying.
take a like people legitimately like try to make your legacy like a little bit.
I love the.
Unless you do
did y'all
like-
see the green juice meme? That
Nah, I
shit
didn't
was
see the green
hilarious.
juice meme.
Where it was like, I've never been more inspired to go green. I was like, I get
Bro,
it.
they all
I
looked
understand.
healthy, man.
They all
They
like, they
looked
wasn't out
good.
of breath. They was
They had the
chilling.
breath control, like they didn't have the track
All
play
I'm
behind them.
saying,
Did Cheek have the best
There were
control?
there were so many things.
She was looking like Brock Lesnar, bro.
There were
Like
so
50 in the-
there's
in
so
the
many
Waste
things.
the video.
There's so many things that were implemented into this battle aside from the catalog.
Right.
There were so many things that they were in sync with. They looked healthy. They were happy. They were having fun. They were chilling. They
Shout out to the Lox.
When
They
somebody
good.
forgot a little line,
They did that
They
shit.
ad-libbed it.
They did that.
They were just right there. It was 24/7 with
And I
them.
like that everybody
you want
rapped
about
their
Puffy.
own lines, bro.
They picked up their own.
They
yo,
all
they
picked up.
just-
They,
they
it
were
wasn't like all of them
right.
just
Say
They
what you
knew
want
it.
about P.
karaoke.
Diddy,
Dipset
bro.
was karaoke.
They
Diddy had
knew
them
it.
motherfuckers ready to perform,
Right.
man. Like,
Knew it.
say whatever you want about anybody who came out of the P. Diddy family tree of performers. When the lights is on, they know what to do.
And again, like I keep saying, Jada was in this arena before, so he knew what to expect. He was like, yo, bro, this is not about hits. This is about moment.
Yeah.
Let's sequence this
So
shit up.
now what? Is what I'm saying.
Oh yeah.
So now it's like,
Look, hold on, this is all we had.
yeah, like
I don't know
We
what
don't know where
else.
it goes
now
but
it's
I
like
mean, that's all we had.
the reason why I love this versus so much and why I feel like this is like the perfect version of what it could be is because like careers can legitimately be like re-energized now. Like the heroes that we grew up with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That people that are 5, 10, 15 years younger than me that weren't outside when like We Gon' Make It was the biggest shit out. When I really mean it was the biggest shit out. Like now, if you win in the eyes of the people, I know it's not like a win-lose thing anymore, but if you win in the eyes of the people, your streams go up. You on the Ye album. Everybody's talking about you on Sports Center.
Who's on the Ye album?
Jadakiss,
Yeah,
the
the
Lox,
yeah,
all of them.
yeah,
You ain't
yeah.
here last night on Donda?
Yeah, they on that.
Yes,
they went straight.
They flew
They
him
went
in.
straight from the verse.
They
Jada-
PJ'd them straight from Verzuz, and they recorded their verse that day. They played it last night.
As he should. I love Jada, bro.
Streams,
As you can tell.
Jada's streams went up
200%.
200%.
All his solo albums back on the chart.
Album music chart.
Conversely, Dipset, people are like, the fuck, Dipset? Like, y'all didn't, like, were we hyping y'all? Were y'all that good?
Y'all
I'm not
had
saying we do
styles
that.
Y'all had styles for a Duce Palooza one time. Yes.
Yeah, we did.
On 30, a Hammerstein or something?
Yeah.
That was all
And
Lox.
no, it was just styles, I think.
I think it was all of them.
No, it was all of them.
No, they were, was that
The one I
Barclays?
went to, it was Swiss and just styles. I don't think all of them came
I
out.
think Styles just like pulled up. Like, he wasn't like an
It was
advertising
just
performer.
Swiss's performance actually.
Oh, that's what it was. That's what it was.
And Styles pulled up. And he put up with Styles.
Yeah, okay.
And I remember that day, I was with my coworkers because we had to work at the club at night, and they're like, "Bro, I never seen Rosie turn into a Rough Rider so fast." It looked like he was wearing a white beater. When I Get High came on, you just started. I was like, "It's Styles,
I do remember that because
bro.
Swizz had
It was
Swizz had
Swizz's set.
on. He had like I think it was either a green or orange.
He had a neon jacket.
Yeah,
with, like
and
the
then
fucking
Styles- yeah, okay, I
goggles.
remember-
Yeah,
I
it was his
remember
set. He brought on Styles, and I was
I
like,
remember that.
which is why I thought he was gonna be their DJ, but whatever.
Man.
Guys, I have a random question for
we-
y'all.
What?
You know, I ask random questions at all times.
What's a random question, Rosie?
No, it's a real life question. I don't know. I never got to hear the clip of what the baby actually said at Rolling Loud.
Okay.
What did he actually say?
Do we have that clip to play?
I know it was homophobic. I know it was like, but I never really heard it.
Let's pull up the actual clips. Because can I be honest?
You don't know either.
If you say some fuck shit, my nigga, like I'm gonna.
No.
Does anybody know what he said? Something about sucking dick in the
He
parking
said
lot.
he was like,
Honestly, like I only cared a little bit. Like I cared like the first 2 days, but like the more it got dragged and dragged.
Bro, every day I wake up. Every day I wake up. The baby's been dropped. The baby's been dropped. I'm
It's
like,
all right, like did you need this the baby thing to happen for you to tell you like what he said is fucked up? And what he said and what he's doing is ignorant as hell. Like, is this the first ignorant thing?
Did he
said?
not apologize?
Did he not? It took him weeks to do it, and I thought it was super corny.
What?
But after a while, no, I mean,
that he
just
apologized
his whole,
like later,
just
way later on.
the way he doubled down. You know what I'm saying? Like the way like he said some fuck shit, and like didn't even try to act like what he said was wrong or whatever. Like,
But that's why I was like, I tried to go back and hear, but it was so loud. I'm like, how did the audience even hear? Like, I didn't really hear what he was
audience
saying.
didn't care.
It wasn't so much the audience. It was the
viral
backlash
clip.
because it was
the clip that aired and people heard what he said. And
It was
then-
rolling loud too, so it was,
It was
live
rolling
stream.
loud in
So
Miami.
a lot of motherfuckers watching it.
So there was a lot of, all right, so there's a lot of things to unpack with the baby. The first thing to unpack is he brought out Tory Lanez right after Megan had just performed.
Hit that play real quick, and
It was right after
talk
Megan's
over this just in
performance?
case.
Yes.
Let's talk over this just in case we. All right, yeah, okay. Now I remember what he said.
It'll make you die in 2-3 weeks. Put a cell phone like that. Lady, if you like water, put a cell phone like that. Fellas, lights up. Fellas, if you ain't
He couldn't just stick to the right.
like, put your cell phone like that.
Let's be real about this.
Yeah, keep it real.
Some of y'all suspect as a motherfucker. Let's be
Yeah,
real.
see, that's not cool, and that is like mad unprompted.
Put a hand in the air with a cell phone and then turn the light on if you special too.
Yo, I seen the meme where it was like he couldn't stick to the regular one where it was like, all my single ladies, put your hands up.
Like
You couldn't stick to the regular.
I'm about to say, like Rory said, Rory and Maul said the same shit. Like whatever happens, just put your hands up. If you ladies, put your hands up.
Ladies, if you got long hair, if you don't care, you got money to spend.
So he thought
You buying drinks at the bar tonight?
he thought he
There's
was
so much I
he
could've
thought
said.
he was untouchable. He thought that
No, I mean the wild thing about this is though is like this.
Look, and then he did this.
This is gonna make him bigger.
No, it's not.
It is, in a weird way.
See, like this is why
It's gonna make him bigger.
That's what makes him bigger.
Wait, what did he bring out? Oh,
make him
yeah,
bigger.
That
Why?
makes him bigger.
What?
That makes that comment.
What comment?
Saying, oh, this is gonna make him bigger. Why is that gonna make him bigger?
Because people were still talking about it for days and days and days.
Well, he's getting dropped.
But he's getting dropped from every festival. Bro.
Okay, and then that first group or that first concert where they have him perform again, you know what it's gonna do? Mad fucking numbers. Because people are gonna hate watch it, people are gonna love watch it, people are gonna support him, people that hate him are gonna watch it, all that type of stuff, and people are gonna be like, damn, we had the baby on our concert, it did 20 million, 30 million, 40 million views. Think people give a fuck? They don't. People don't really care that much. Like they care only up to a point. You know what I'm saying? Like they care only up to a point where it affects their own specific bottom line.
Right.
Did y'all
And I don't
buy
think
his
they
whole
don't.
I just need to be educated thing?
No, but like who am I to buy it? You know what I'm saying?
I'm saying like, did you believe
Did you buy it?
Did I believe
Did
that
you
he
buy
meant
it?
that?
No, did you buy it?
No, I mean like
Do you believe it?
Like I didn't need that. I didn't need that the baby shit to happen for me to be like, oh wow, like that's wrong for you to say. Like
no, I'm
that's-
saying like when he doubled back and was like, you know, I just need to be educated on certain things. I didn't know that was that ignorant, et cetera, et cetera.
Nigga, it sounds like Justin Bieber when Black Lives Matter was happening. I didn't know. I lived in a bubble. Nigga, you knew. You understand. Like y'all all understand. All these artists understand about, you know, social injustice, about, you know, no, yes they do. They understand it. They don't care for it. But when it affects their bottom line, then it's like I need to be educated. Nigga, you knew. You got dropped from 10 festivals.
Yeah.
Now you understand. Now you want to be educated. Nigga,
All right, so
30
what's the
years
line then?
Huh?
What's the line?
What line?
Like, what's the line on like?
That's my next question. Was like, where do we?
I'm not trying to be that person again.
But you are.
I'm saying obviously you don't need what the and again I understand like the hurt behind it because he's a popular person, huge following. Him saying some ignorant ass shit like that is not good for anybody, especially people in the gay community. Absolutely, I get that, but now you're at a point where all these festivals, for obvious reasons, don't want to have that heat of having this dude on their bill, and some people definitely virtue signal. Some people definitely are some like, well, you know, we're better than this person because we're canceling and doing all this type of stuff, and I get it. Like people got to be held accountable for their actions. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. 1000% get that. My thing is, why is it cool for you to be able to rap about like killing somebody, shooting somebody, doing all this other fucked up shit? Like it's all right for us to talk about like fucking each other up, but like, you know, I don't want to get on that sort of, you know, high horse or whatever. But it's like,
all right, well, I mean, even with that, then like that.
My thing is like, why are us as people, as consumers, putting so much stock into what the baby thinks about like gay people? Like who gives a fuck what he thinks?
I was having a conversation with somebody the other day, and I guess the art sometimes get misconstrued with your actual thought. And I know like, you know, art is actual thought as well, but like when you're on stage and you're doing that, like the music is stopped, the lights are on, you're doubling down like, yeah, you know, niggas that got AIDS and, you know, this, that, and the third 2 weeks, and then, yo, if you ain't sucking dick in the parking lot, like, yo, you're really trying to convey something to the crowd. It's like, yo, bro, like, where's that coming from?
What I'm saying is like,
I understand what you're saying, but it's like, where's that coming from?
What I'm saying is there was a time where HIV and AIDS, especially in the gay community, was a death sentence to people. Yeah. And to continue to perpetuate that stigma is fucked up and wrong, especially when you're that popular. And no matter, I'm all teams, say what you want, whatever. But what I'm saying is if you're perpetuating this, if you're doing something that's causing actual real life, real time harm to people, which is saying something that like, hey, if you got HIV and AIDS, you're gonna die in 2 weeks, and you're sucking dick in the parking lot, like that's actually harmful, and you should probably pay for that. That's fucked up.
That's what I'm saying.
My thing is, now you're at a point where I gotta care about this every day. I gotta listen every day. Like you didn't get the memo. You didn't get the point. Like you're really sitting here listening to the baby for his thoughts on gay rights. And now, like, if he goes and gets educated,
it's not,
if Miley Cyrus comes and says, like, Miley Cyrus is gonna talk to the baby now and gonna educate him on that shit.
Kaz, it's not even
now
that.
It's like,
Kaz, it's not even that. What he said was fucked up. We all in here, people who are watching, we can agree that he was fucked up. He doubled down and didn't give a fuck. Like, damn it.
I agree the double down was fucked up.
I think that was more detrimental.
What did he say?
He was just like, oh, well, you know.
He was just defending his reasons.
Yeah,
for
he was
Yeah.
like, well, you know, y'all gay motherfuckers, y'all do what y'all do.
He's like, I'm saying my fans
but
don't
also-
do
yeah,
that.
my
Like, the
fans,
point
yeah,
I was
like,
saying
bro,
earlier.
like, you were just like dismissive.
He said what? I didn't know that.
He was basically saying like, you know, the way I said it was like, I'm saying my fans don't do that, and like completely, like
you know?
the double
Over
down was
his head.
worse than
Yeah, it was
what he
just-
actually
just
said.
defensive.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
How do you know
The
what your
dou-
fans do? You might have
Not even
fans.
that. The double down. If you know you fucked up, sit down, apologize, shut the fuck up, and disappear. He doubled down.
That's why I like
he doubled down
when Chris
3
Brown
times.
said that. He was like, some artists just need to get on stage.
He doubled
perform and
down
leave.
3 times.
Here's my question to you, because you did bring up a valid point where, like, you know, these artists know what the fuck they're doing.
Right.
But do you think the argument of where he's from, how he was raised, the
No.
unlearning of things,
No.
you don't think there's any validation
No.
to that at all?
No.
Interesting.
No, because now
Interesting.
all of a sudden, now you're remorseful. Now you're apologetic. Now you're like, oh, I got to do the education, this and the third. I've seen worse niggas come from worse situations that understand things like this.
Yeah, but
That had
everybody's different
that-
too.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Like I see what Anik is saying. Like I could see how his ignorance is like he just wasn't allowed to be around. Like he's so ignorant, oblivious to that. I'm not saying he knew it was wrong, but that's just his way of thinking. And maybe he was fucked up and it just came out on stage.
I'm not
I have no problem using me as an example for this. I was an immigrant, brown, project raised man
Right.
that was homophobic,
Okay.
right? Like in the beginning parts of my life, because I didn't know any better.
Right.
I'm not in this big stage and in this big lights, but
Would you go out your way to say things against something that you didn't understand?
That's what I'm saying. You did back in the days. You in the hood. You just
Yeah.
hanging out. You
No,
making
I
fun
get
of people.
that.
You went out
All right,
your
all right,
ways
all right,
to say
but then-
dumb
all right,
shit.
and the
okay,
thing is,
then-
and I
all right,
feel
but
you
then-
on
all
that.
right,
No,
so I get it, but-
I'm just saying I had to unlearn all of that shit.
Right, but then all right,
You know,
when
and that came with time.
all right, but when you're in a situation where you're not only feeding yourself, you're feeding your family, you're feeding
Yeah.
people behind you, you're feeding like tons of employees.
Yes.
Would you go on a platform or a
No, that's
stage?
what he's saying.
Yeah, but that's
No, I'm out. No.
But no, I know exactly what you're saying.
You
But
like-
no, I do. But I think that's two different conversations.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
because-
regardless, that doesn't mean you don't still feel that way. You're just not saying it out loud on the stage.
Yep.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
right?
say
You
what
like,
you are.
keep
Yo,
it-
feel how you feel. Like I'm not here to tell anyone to feel how they feel, but like, bro, like in front of the world.
Yeah, but
Right.
he's also. But then back
But
to
I'm-
Anik's point is like sometimes that's just what you're still used to. You see what I'm saying? Like whether you express it or not, it's what you're used to.
My thing is, I don't want to feel that way, and I had
Right.
to unlearn how to feel that way, and I had to do my
It's
work.
almost
and I had to
worse.
unlearn.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's
You know,
almost worse for you to
worse
just kind of
if
sit
you- if
there
you actually,
and be like, I'm not
if
saying
you really
nothing.
feel that way in your heart, but then you like not really saying it
You
out
can
loud.
feel. I feel like you can feel a
Like
way.
the real bigots
I
and
don't
the
think you
real
can.
the
No,
real
no, you
fucked
can, no,
up
but you can
people.
unlearn that. You can feel away and be like, all right, cool. Let me
The reason-
unlearn that and let me be around people that can like.
But you have to want to.
Listen,
Well,
That's true.
Right.
The reason why I said like I could only care so much is because like the real fucked up shit. It's again, I've said this a million times. It's just the baby. Like who gives a fuck what he really thinks about other people? Only outside of his big influence and having a big voice and like making that potentially harmful. What really is the harmful stuff is the people who truly believe that and say nothing. And like act on some foul shit. Those are people that are signing your declarations that are making it illegal for you to get an abortion. That's illegal for you to get fucking meds, all that shit. Because deep down inside, they really believe like you're an abomination.
There's real hate in
That's
heart.
real hate.
Yeah.
That's real
That's
fucked up
a
shit.
different thing.
So it's like, yeah, like you can care about the baby shit, but only so much because it's like, who the fuck is the baby? He's a rapper. Like
Well,
after a while, it's like, okay,
obviously
like
because like this is
like slap him on the wrist, have all the famous people come down on him and say like you're whack for that, whatever. Go in the corner. He's gonna be bigger in a few months when he comes back out and he's
Well,
on
I
an
mean, this
apology
is like-
tour.
it's a trending
like
topic.
people have done worse
It's-
and have come back from it.
But see, like this is the thing. It's just like I hate that narrative of like, all right, oh cool, he fucked up, slap him on the wrist, cool, he's gonna be bigger. I hate that.
I hate it too, but you understand we're not in the
I understand, I
rap
get
is
it,
not in
I
the
get
quality
it,
control
I get
business
it,
no more.
I get it.
But it's in the attention business.
I get it.
Here's my question: How do you then move on? Like if someone does something wrong, yeah, like say it. It's weird. Like sometimes we feel like people get one chance, and sometimes with other things you're like, it doesn't matter if it takes 3 or 4 chances.
I just think
I think
the lesson.
Yeah.
I think
So like,
where's I think he
back to you
crossed.
said, well, where's the line?
Where's the line?
When do you
That's what I'm saying.
learn?
It's
Like,
The
when is
line,
it okay to learn?
there is okay.
Maybe it did
let's-
take him
let's-
3 times to defend. I'm not defending him at all. I'm
Yeah,
just saying
no,
maybe
I
it
get it,
did
yeah.
take a person because they come from a place and they was raised somewhere where ego and pride is the first shit that comes
Yeah.
out.
There's no.
like that's
all
your
right,
instant reaction.
let's be clear. There's no line in the entertainment business.
Okay.
No.
There's no line. Everyone
You can come back from anything.
You come back from anything.
Right.
We saw
One hit
what
away.
we saw what Chris Brown did.
We know I listen to actual
Niggas
rappers.
still
that
listen to
kill
R.
people.
Kelly. Like
I'm
there's
just
no,
like-
yeah. So I hate that this is what the narrative is, and I hate that like, oh, he'll be back. And
I'm not
but I have-
defending him by
I'm not,
saying
I'm
this.
not. No. I'm not saying you are.
I'm just saying.
I'm saying I hate that
This
narrative.
is how the game is rigged, bro.
It's the
We're not in the
entertainment-
quality
it's
control.
the entertainment
reason why we
industry.
got so hype off the Lox Dipset shit is because it was quality. We were celebrating quality.
Right.
We were celebrating skill.
Right.
We were celebrating
Nostalgia.
performance. All that type of
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
People that pop off now, and I hate to sound like a get off my lawn dude, but like we're in the attention business now. How many streams can you get me? How many YouTube views can you get me? How many TikTok follows can you get me? How many this? How many that? Nobody gives a fuck what you are saying. So yeah, he's gonna get a slap on the wrist right now, but come back and look at this clip in like 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, this time next year. After Summer Jam, he's not off Summer Jam yet. Watch. That'll be his first foray where he comes out and he says what he got to say, and like they give him the Hot 97. Shit, it'll be a good look for them. You know what I'm saying? It'd be a good look for the baby's first like live performance after being canceled by all these places is Summer Jam, where he got out and be like, you know what, I learned my lesson. I said some foul shit. You know how the game goes. You know how this circle goes. The apology tour, they go back. He comes out with Elton John at the VMAs. They raise their hand. All that shit. Like we know how this thing goes. You know how this is gonna end. You know how this is gonna end, bro. We've seen this before. Like
so
he's
trash.
gonna be all right.
That's
but
trash.
that's just how it is.
That's trash because that's really
It
how he
is
feels.
trash, but that's how it is.
It's trash because it's really how he feels. That's why it's trash.
Of course.
He's gonna fake it now just to
Has
make his
it-
money, but
It didn't affect this podcast before then. Listen,
My man-
if somebody told me eating peanut butter and jelly sandwiches was foul,
I don't want to say on this shit too much because like the nigga just makes one long ass song and.
I don't even like his music like no. It's
Anyway,
like,
but it was like the
I
thing
like,
that was
like
the,
one the baby verse.
the thing that was kind of fucked up, and I felt like he should have been at least better at this is bringing Homeboy out right after.
Tory Lanez.
Yeah, right after Megan performed. It's like yo, bro, like
That
now,
was
you,
fun.
like now you.
Wait, did Megan and him perform together?
No, Megan was right before.
Came out right before him.
Right before the baby.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just like yo, bro, like. Cool, whatever you said you fucked up and you said some dumb shit. But it's just like, yo, bro, you know what's going on between these two.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're antagonizing, you're adding to that.
Shock value, man, too. That's another thing.
I mean, that's just fucked up. But whatever.
Some
Like, we
people-
off that shit. So
Yeah.
you got dropped from 10 festivals. We good. We straight. We chilling. Whatever.
How much fun can you have? You know, he came on after us at Palooza,
Oh,
the baby.
Oh,
Made in America, remember?
oh yeah, nigga, we tore that shit down.
Tore that shit down.
Fuck him. We tore that shit down.
Set him up, knock him down.
Yo, my nigga, yo, whoever.
You're welcome, the baby.
Whoever, yo, actually, no way. Yo, just show a picture of us tearing that shit down.
You're welcome.
Yeah, put that shit. You're welcome, nigga.
Just kidding.
I also
Nah, yeah,
remember
so-
going to the parties in Harlem,
Yeah. Oh, yes.
and the admission was a bottle of Hennessy.
And a box of chicken. One or the other. Damn, it was so.
Oh, those days are good.
Oof,
Wow,
boy.
what a time!
I'll think about these days at the crib sometimes. I'm like, damn, we really did some shit.
I was talking to somebody about this shit the other day. I was just like, you know, what we did in 2015 and 14 and whatever, like
That's such a time capsule for the
we
city.
set a standard for what day parties and what events were. And I hope anyone who was watching us doing that shit, I hope y'all learned from us. I hope y'all learn what not to do and what to do and how to do. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, we have fun, you know, me, Kaz, Cam.
Nobody will ever do it like us.
Well, y'all never.
I don't care what nobody.
I want y'all to do it better, but y'all will never have the quality
Not the way we did
of
it.
the way we did it, the way we was running rampant.
It was like some Wu-Tang shit a little bit. Like
shout
when you
to
think about
Genius,
it,
shout out to Mecca, shout out to Austin,
everybody is
James
off doing
G,
some
like,
shit. now.
everybody's doing their shit. Like,
Everybody's out
we
there
was just-
cooking.
We was just out there having fun. It was the wild, wild west. Mm-hmm. We didn't know what the fuck was going on. But we was
Speaking
on
of not knowing what the fuck is going on,
what?
watch the Donda.
Y'all can have that. I ain't
You
watching
watched
that.
it? I didn't watch it.
I was
Transition.
listening to Nas, so yeah, you can have that.
Shit.
We'll get to the Nas. We'll get to the Nas soon, bro.
No.
All right,
Don't put my man's on a back burner.
Do your Donda
Oh,
thing.
God.
Go ahead, do your Donda thing.
You saying Kanye before Nas right now?
No, let him
That's
go.
great.
We'll
No,
talk about
all right.
Nas. Yeah, let him play. Go ahead.
Kaz got on Donda shorts. You know.
Go ahead.
Wow. Nah, but
If you cut that shirt up, it's kind of a Kanye shirt too. Like
it feels like
Yeezy.
feels like
Oh, he's
three-
sweating more.
three
It's a
times
Yeezy
bigger.
shirt.
Still sweat more.
You know what?
Go on your Donda
Summertime.
shit.
You know what? It is what it is.
You gonna change before we go to Omar's?
No, I'm going just like this.
Got you. Okay.
All good. Appreciate that.
We're gonna smoke before we go.
You go smoke. That'll be fun.
No, bitch, you're coming with me.
Why you gotta be?
I'm gonna go feed my dog.
Are you going uptown?
I gotta go home to a puppy.
Oh, God. He's a little puppy. You gotta take care of that. But Donda, crazy.
That's all you got to say? Didn't you watch it?
I listened to it. I didn't watch it. I threw it on my phone and put it on the speaker.
Oh, it's okay. Come on.
I
didn't.
You didn't listen to it at all? You didn't watch it at all?
Nope.
Neither did you?
Nope.
I was busy.
Did you watch it?
I was busy with a real
Did you watch it? No. Nobody here. Nobody in here.
Hold on. Who in here listened to it? Nobody. Who in here listened to Nas?
See, who was that?
Look at that. See?
Look at that.
See? You can listen to both, guys.
Look at that. Everybody in here heard Nas, but nobody gave a fuck about Donda.
All right, so what did you think about
Nas'
Donda?
home team. Shout out my brother O. Shout out Hit Boy. Shout out Raven. Shout out the cover. That was a whole lot of home team on that Nas.
What did you think about Donda?
Don't say that.
We're gonna get to Nas. But what did you think about Donda?
From what I heard, obviously it was only one listen. I didn't get to run it back a few times, but
Some qualifiers.
she was fire, bro. She was fire, bro. Like, I know it's not the popular thing to say around these parts. I know it's not the good thing to say.
I didn't listen to it.
I know we still got to be mad at Kanye.
Wait, why is it not? Musically, he's a genius.
Musically, that's what listen.
His last two albums aren't genius.
Yeah, the last two albums.
Cool. Regardless, he's
earned enough.
Tap into.
He's earned enough. He's earned enough.
So as long as he taps back in.
Yeah.
It gave me Life of Pablo vibes.
I didn't hear it, so I can't really confirm if he tapped back in.
It gave me Life of Pablo vibes, man. Like, it didn't feel like
that was my last favorite.
Yeah, it felt more cohesive. I don't know if it was way different than what was played the first listening session.
Right.
I guess, and a lot of those verses clearly came within like that last 24 to 48 hours. Because if you were watching the stream, I wasn't watching it, but I saw like the screenshots and shit. Like, you would see like the guests that were being played and seeing them like going into like Kanye's little cell at the stadium and shit like that. But I mean, everything you like about Kanye is there, man. The soul samples, the fucking the haunting verses, like the sing-songy stuff. You got a whole verse in there that's dope. You got the Weeknd and the Baby song that's so fire. You got like a lot of great like the reason why you like Kanye West is like that right there. Like, you're watching the shit. It's an experience. You were there. We went to the Watch the Thrones listening session. We went to a couple of Kanye listening sessions in our day. That's an experience in itself. Like, when he's playing music for the first time, if you're grateful enough to be there in the past years,
Right.
if you're in the Garden for Life of Pablo, if you're in all these type of places, it's an experience. And nobody doesn't like him. Say whatever you want. Nobody doesn't like him. My thing is this. It's hard for me to like not act like people are still being a little performative when it comes to him. Right? Like, people have gone out of their way to be like, you still listen to that MAGA hat wearing da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, listen, the motherfucker could have ran with Trump. I'm still going to listen to the album to hear where he's at musically, because as a music fan, he's earned enough cachet with me to put out 2 or 3 bricks, just for me to call it a brick again. Like, if it was whack yesterday, trust me, niggas would have been saying this shit is whack again. You know what I'm saying? The last 2 albums, super yay. What was it? The one before that, the Jesus King. I mean, I thought it was all right. Like, I'm not gonna boo no gospel, but like, I'm not listening to Kanye for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it just wasn't my vibe. What I heard last night
What's your vibe?
was my vibe. It was my vibe, bro. Like, I don't know.
That's cool.
I'm not gonna say who sent us some, but sent us a J Electronica record.
Yeah.
In the group chat.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of guests on there, and I think Mike Dean like put his whole foot on that shit, because like I put it on the sound bar. I was like, listen, I want to watch this on my phone. I want to hear
experience.
This. The spatial audio, whatever the hell this shit is, and it's
shout out to album music.
A night and day difference. Night and day difference. So all I want to know is, how long are people gonna keep pretending?
Well, no, I don't think it's.
How long are people gonna keep pretending? Like, if it's that fire, how long are people gonna be like, I ain't listening to that. I ain't trying to get in my streams. I ain't fucking with. How long do you think people are gonna hold on to that?
There's a conversation between pretending and just acknowledging what Ye was and what he is now. Like, what he was doing last night, I think kind of like got away from the music, like what it was in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, and that nigga staying there for 2 weeks.
Got levitated out.
And like, it's like, you know, he got the stockings on his head and the gothic shit he was wearing. Like everything surrounding the release of this project, it not coming out like he said it was gonna come out today. Like there's so many things that distract you from the music. You got Justin LeBoy saying, "Oh, it's the album of the year," and Watch the Throne. Like, there's so many other things that are so distracting from the music. I've heard great things about the music. You know, I haven't heard it yet, so I'm not going to critique that portion yet. But there are a lot of things surrounding this release that distract you from what we're supposed to be paying attention to.
Okay.
I always trust your judgment. I always trust your ear. So what you're saying is like,
but I'm in my older years, I'm starting to like. Not care about all the other shit.
Right,
anymore.
but as
my
like,
shit, you know me, like if the shit slap, it's gonna play.
I get it.
I don't
like,
care what the motherfucker. He did what now?
Yeah.
Song good? You would have hate people. A good portion of our audience would have hate me for the type of artist I still listen to because the motherfucking songs are good.
All right, that's okay.
Not gonna say.
All right. Let's stay on course. Like, we
I'm gonna stay on course, but I'm just saying,
bro. We about to sign some deals like just like this.
You're right.
Let's keep it cute.
It's only a verbal.
No, but it's just it's very interesting because I'm watching the timeline.
Yeah.
All of last night.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing a lot of trusted individuals that I trust with music opinions. Yo, this is it. This is a picture of old Kanye and this, that, and
it
I'm
was
just like,
it was.
I'm like, is it,
bro?
Is it a
I'm not gonna say. I never in my life.
And I'm
say something
and I'm just
classic
like,
off of one listen.
and I'm just like, yo, it's a stadium listen. It's a first listen.
Only album I said was a classic on first listen was, oddly enough, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. First time I heard that, I was like, I'm listening to this album till I'm dead.
I wouldn't I feel the same way. But I'm watching a lot of my niggas that are in the industry that are trusted individuals. Yo, this is it. This is the one. And I'm just at Sahara. I'm just smoking. I'm just like, all right, guys. Like,
Is it hard for you? Because we heard you on the last episode.
What?
Just about your feelings on Kanye. Like, is it hard for you to...
It is. It's very difficult.
It's hard for you to just...
And you
it's
know
really
what?
hard
People
for you to
know.
detach.
Very difficult.
No,
I'm not trying to say it's not hard for
Because
people.
people called me and Low Kanye haters, and we're not. It's just we went our separate ways. It was like a relationship.
Yo, that's what it was.
That's all it was.
Like,
It's like,
yo,
I'm
nigga,
not a
like,
Kanye hater. I know he's talented.
Kanye can be
love his
somebody who
music,
just
but-
kind of...
Bro.
You hit on the side when
bro,
like...
last night.
Kanye can't be somebody who's
You
like...
gotta take a
"Throw
few
you in
years off
town?"
for that before that. But you need that toxic person needs to go away for a
That's what
little
I'm saying,
bit
like the last
before
4
you let
years.
him back in.
The last 4 years, I'm like, Kanye, you just gotta stay over there for a little bit, bro.
Last night,
Toxic phase might be over.
last night, everybody was just like marveling over this whole listening session. And
Yeah.
saying he's back and it's mixed with this and soul samples and the whole like the way you described everything was perfect, which was what I saw last
That's
night.
what I love about
I didn't say a word because I'm like, you know what? You're not listening. You're not there. You're not watching. Shut your mouth. You know, smoke your hookah. Wait till Nas come out, and then you speak on that. People were sending like lyrics out, and I was like commenting on this shit, and niggas was like, "You sound so bitter." I'm like, yo, bro, I didn't say one
First of all, I'm
negative
typing.
thing.
How do you know?
I'm like, yo, find the bitter tone in my tweet. I'm like, I'm not saying nothing about the listening session. I'm not telling no one not to listen to him. I'm not saying, oh, he's extra.
But
he's
you
doing-
understand like your place in music though. Like you understand like people go to, like when music shit is happening, like
Right.
big shit is happening, especially in hip hop. There's a handful of people that people go to, especially on Twitter. You're one of those people. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not commenting on something that literally everyone is commenting about, they get like, oh, this nigga hating.
But I didn't say.
You don't have to say
I didn't
it.
say. Oh,
What
y'all
I'm
niggas.
saying.
The only thing I said about Kanye that night, I said that album's not coming out tomorrow.
Of course, yeah.
That's the
I saw
only
that
thing
too.
I
Juicy J said
said.
the same thing. He's like 10 racks. Yeah,
I'm like,
that's
nigga,
what they
y'all know that album's not coming out tomorrow. Aside from that, I let niggas get their shit off. Jay was there. Like everyone was like, the Lox flew in. That was
Everybody
a
was
beautiful
there.
moment. Like
Yeah.
I cheered them on for that. Like it was a moment in hip hop, and I fuck with it and I respect it. Kanye knows how to make a moment. That's one thing Kanye will do.
Yeah.
Will make a moment out of anything, and I let it rock because it was not my business. I wasn't capable to listen. I didn't care to listen. I was waiting for the album so I can critique the music. That nigga does bozo shit. I'm not commenting on that shit no more.
I hear you. I mean,
It is what it is.
We've had episodes
We've
on
had-
this
yeah,
podcast
we've
where it's
had
just like,
this shit already.
We're not going to talk about Kanye unless it's
can't.
about music because that's
So
what we like.
when
it
the
for.
music drops, When we get that album, whenever we get it, whether it's Monday or whatever, then we'll talk about it. But other than that, I'm out. I'm out of the conversation.
And that's how we should be,
Imagine
honestly.
it never comes out. And that was it. He just held a concert. Yo, that would be funny as fuck.
That'd be hilarious.
If the album never came out and he holds one more listening session.
And that's it.
At the bed state. And that's it.
On
That's
some
all you're gonna
Wu-Tang
get.
shit and just had like the one copy.
then when he
like,
died-
The one copy somebody bought for like
But
5
Kanye's
million.
weird enough to be like,
do some
don't,
shit
don't
like that.
drop it till I die.
He would do
Yeah.
that. He would do
He'd
that.
do some shit like
He
that.
would do some shit like that.
I'm not
Like, yeah,
mad
I
at
got this. Never go hear it again.
But yeah, it is what it is. You know.
But the way you've explained that, bro, is the way I take all music, which I wish most people would take music. It's like, okay, if you believe in somebody and their core beliefs
But
as a
you-
person,
no, but see, like, you-
and you want
but
to
you-
follow them to the ends of the earth, more power to you. But at the end of the day, these dudes are just fucking entertainers, bro. That is it.
But see, the way I broke it down with Kanye last week or our last episode, there are a lot of people who look at these entertainers, these artists, these whatever. There's a different connection with certain people. Like I literally broke down my connection with Kanye.
Yeah.
But I
Same.
can't. So you can't say they're just entertainers. Like sometimes it's more than that with somebody. Like music, art, it resonates.
I think
way
that's like that with
deeper.
everybody.
No, I get that.
I feel
So,
like
that's
But
what
you
I'm-
know-
I
but
got
you know,
that.
what
I
I'm
feel that
saying.
about Ye.
But also-
I feel that about Wale. I feel that about Tyler the Creator. I feel that about Drake. I feel that about
But this is
Cole. I
what
feel
I'm
that
saying.
about
But you also
can't
know
just call them
that's the
entertainers. That's what I'm
artist
saying.
versus who they really are. Like you can feel a way about Drake, but not Aubrey, because you don't know Aubrey.
No, I don't.
You don't know Drake.
No, I don't.
So-
and I'm just all about like, listen, if you take these artists, if you stop putting these artists on these like life-changing pedestals and just think of them as motherfuckers who rap and sing real good, you won't be disappointed at them when they do fuck shit.
Do y'all think we do that because hip hop, the core of hip hop, comes from it being such an authentic place?
Yes.
People reflecting
Yes.
who they
This
are
is
as a
but
person
this is
to the
but
lyrics.
see, like this
Exactly.
is what I
But
was.
that has
yo, but see,
graduated to not
this
being
is
the
what
case anymore.
This is what I was saying about Kanye last week. I was just like, yo, Kanye or any artist that that they you connect to. There's sometimes that people bring things out of you that the people around you that you love and know and care for couldn't do that. So you're gravitating towards someone that's bringing something out of you that you never knew. I'm sure, like as an artist with you've listened to certain people like, damn, like that motherfucker made me write this, or that motherfucker made me feel like
Kanye.
Yeah.
right. So not to like keep regurgitating that point, but it's just like, how can you not be so connected? How can you
That's what I'm
not
saying. Like the
love?
fact that he
That's
even
why I
draws
feel this way about
the
him.
opposite effect out of people,
Right.
just lets you know just how much of a draw he is.
Yeah.
Like I don't give a fuck about like 99% of artists, but like Kanye's not 1% where I'm just like, damn, bro, did you have to wear that hat? Like fuck, like that hurt.
That's
Yeah,
all I was
nigga.
saying last week. I'm like, yo, that shit hurt us. That shit
Yeah.
hurt me. The
Like,
shit
that
you was
super
saying, how
lame,
you
bro.
move, like, damn, like,
that
not
was
my
a lame
nigga.
move, dude. Like why'd you do that? That was lame.
Yeah,
But he has enough runway with me for like if he drops some super fire like he did last
That,
night.
hit
yo,
it.
but that,
I'ma be like-
no, but that runway
hit
is
it.
running short with me. now.
But
that runway is coming close to an end.
Yeah. I
For
don't
me.
know. I can never put an artist on that big of a pedestal to me. And I feel like just us as like America is so big on celebrity worship.
Yeah.
And like big on like
But see, like the worship, that's the thing. I hate that word. The worship is not that. It's
is-
not.
it is that.
I don't think it's worship, bro.
it is that. I think
I mean, like, I don't wanna
I
have the
think you
same
get hung up on the
conversation we had last
word.
week.
I think you get hung up on the word, but the thing is like that's what we do. We put people on such a high pedestal that once they make a mistake, it's like, oh, take everything away from them because we gave him that. We're fans. We buy the music. We go to the tours. We stream the records.
Right.
So you say some foul shit, we could take it all away.
Right.
But that's not how it really works.
Right.
It's not how it really works.
That's right. How it works with me.
It should.
That's how it works with me.
So
Set him up.
what about this Nas and Hit Boy, bro?
Listen, when you talk about music,
Well, that's my favorite rapper.
I'm about to say you got the gear on. You came prepared.
My favorite rapper.
Not mad at that.
no, like when you talk about a tag team, when we talk about producer artists, we think about Missy and Timbo. We think about Pharrell and the Clips.
Right.
We think about Jay and Just Blade.
Right.
These two motherfuckers,
Yeah.
in what, an 8 to 9 month span?
Yeah.
We think about DMX and Swizz. These two, I don't know what Hit Boy. I think Hit Boy was here before us. I think Hit Boy is an old soul And I don't know how he tapped into Nas's mental. I don't know what conversations they had. I don't know if Nas brought him to Queensbridge.
You know what it feels like?
I don't know if Hit Boy brought him to IE. I don't know what it is, but that album, King's Disease 2, the cohesiveness. Hit Boy is a maestro.
Yeah. He's the best of his generation, bro. And I've been saying this for a long time.
To get a nigga from 94.
He's the best. The Hit Boy is the best.
To get a nigga from 94 that you love, I loved, you from Queens, my pops from Queens, to get it from nigga from 94 to rap like he was in 95 in 2021. For EPMD to be on a record, Eminem on a record.
Eminem record that I like, by the way.
What?
I was like,
I like that.
I mean, they didn't age that great.
I mean, yeah, Eminem.
I'll go back and listen to old Eminem records. I'm like, ooh.
we fuck with that.
Some records. I was like, oh, damn, I was really bumping this?
I like Eminem.
But no.
Nah, but skill-wise, I'll never take anything away from him.
Obviously, technically,
but
technical, that nigga's one of the best rappers.
So, you know what this reminds me of?
I'm so confused.
I watch a lot of wrestling, so I like to compartmentalize wrestling into life a lot.
Of course.
I don't know if y'all just walk with me on this one, right? Y'all know Ric Flair. I know Ric Flair. Woo, exactly. The legend. Ric Flair, saw him last week. The legend, greatest of all time, 60-time world champion.
Right.
Ric Flair, right? When Ric Flair got to WWE around the mid 2000s, after WCW was over and all this type of shit,
Okay.
he was a little older. You know what I'm saying? He was a little long in the tooth. Wasn't main eventing no more. Had a little gray in the hair. Wasn't that shit like that no more, right? He meets Triple H. This is real life shit. Meets Triple H. And Triple H is looking at his hero. And he's having conversations with him, getting to know him. And when you're a wrestler and you're in close proximity with Ric Flair, you have this adoration for him. You're like, oh my God, this is the reason why I got into wrestling. Ric Flair, this guy, I used to watch the guy on Saturday morning every day. This is my guy. You know what I'm saying? But he wasn't the same dude. He was somebody just looking at him and you're a fan and you're just and I forgot what documentary I was watching, but Triple H was looking at him and was like, yo, don't you realize you're Ric fucking Flair? What are you doing? What do you mean you're not, you don't, the style and profile, you're the most confident motherfucker I've ever seen in my life.
Right.
And you came in here with lacking a little bit of this confidence. And then, Triple H puts him in this group called Evolution. You know what I'm saying? Which is a takeoff of the Four Horsemen, which gives Triple H the prime role. Ric Flair is the OG, kind of the Godfather type of dude or whatever. Gets his swag back. All of a sudden, Ric Flair is hot again, right? Kind of how I look at
in wrestling.
Yeah, this is in wrestling, but it's in real life too. This is
no, because I know wrestling has its own little world.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is real life stuff.
But I see where he's trying to tie in. I see where you're going.
This is real life stuff that.
Okay, so it's not okay.
No, so they end up doing an on-camera group called Evolution or whatever, where Ric Flair plays the OG, Batista, who was in Guardians of the Galaxy, plays the Muscle, Randy Orton's the young stud, and Triple H is the now dude, he's the champ or whatever. But he got to play his OG role, and Triple H got to elevate him and remind motherfuckers yo, this is Ric fucking Flair, the GOAT, the legend. I feel like Triple H is kind of Hit Boy to Nas's Ric Flair, right? Because it's when Nas first, it's been so long that we got to really enjoy Nas albums because we all know he wasn't the best beat selector.
Right.
He wasn't the best.
We know that.
Technical wise, there is nobody. Nas is in the 0.0000001% of putting words together. Not even just rapping, not even speeches, not talking
He's a wordsmith.
Of all the motherfuckers who have ever wrote words together,
He's a wordsmith.
Nas is in that percentage of people.
He's a wordsmith.
Right? You got this young energy in Hit Boy who was I can give you club records. I could do records with Hove. I could do records for Nipsey Hussle. I could do records for LA. I could do records for New York. I could do all this shit. Second time, proof is in the pudding. The first time they linked for a whole album, Nas gets his first fucking Grammy. You know what I'm saying? The greatest, I don't respect your top 5 if Nas isn't in it type of dude. Doesn't get a Grammy until 2020. You know what I mean? So now that they link back up for King's Disease 2, and it's just as good, probably if not better, than the first time they got together. It's just dope to see, man. It's dope to see. I didn't think. I'm not saying I don't like Hove records now. I'm not saying I don't I'm not hyped for a whole album if he said he was gonna announce it and drop it, whatever. But it's weird to see like Nas still kind of being a little bit more active as an MC than Hove is, right? Like it's not like Nas isn't just as busy or just as, you know, affluent and just as like successful.
All right, so with that,
but like
I'll counter with that because Jay's been a little bit more relevant in the past 5 years than Nas has.
Yeah.
Right. And we can look at a 444 or we can look at the verses that he's laid out in the last or the shit with him and Jay Electronica.
Right.
So Jay has been a little bit more active. So I'm not surprised at what Nas is doing, like just upping his quality, upping his quantity. So I'm like, yeah, like if I'm a whole fan, I'm gonna sit back and be like, yo, this nigga's getting his rocks off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he deserves this.
Yeah.
And he's still proving that this nigga's sword is still sharp.
I was watching the Tyler Creator interview on Hot 97, and he was just like, you're looking at Nas and Hove and Eminem, like, still give a fuck about rap. And these guys are literal billionaires. Literal billionaires.
They can cash out and be done.
They don't need to. They don't need to put out albums.
They don't need 16.
They don't need to put out songs.
They don't need guest verses.
Like, and the same shit with Jadakiss. The reason why the Jadakiss shit was so hard is like, you know, Tyler said it. He was like, yo, they still care. Like, even with all the success, even with all the money, all that type of shit, like, at the end of the day, and that's why I always tell people, like, yo, find your shit that you love to do and do that shit forever.
Yo, and I might catch flack for this, but I don't give a fuck because like we ain't been on for 2 weeks. This is why I get mad at Fab.
You still holding out that hope for Fab?
I'm still holding that shit.
You still holding out that hope for Fab and being one of the greats?
This is why, yo, because
you were young, bro. We all were young.
No, but like
we all thought Fab was the coolest nigga.
But no, Fab is the coolest nigga. But
yeah.
I feel like Fab is a Nas. I feel like Fab can be a Jay.
I disagree.
I feel like Fab can be a Jay.
I disagree.
I disagree.
I disagree wholeheartedly.
Wholeheartedly.
Fab doesn't care. And it's like,
we could tell.
I look at...
He should care.
He should.
He should care.
Because he's great.
Is he?
I disagree.
I don't think you're great if you don't care.
When he wants to be, is what I'm saying.
It's one of
That
those
doesn't
things
make you
where it's
great to
like
me.
talent.
Hard work beats talent when talent don't work hard.
Yo, Jaded,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, not Jaded. Fab has the capability.
This is such a rapidy rap episode.
I don't give a
Gosh,
fuck,
we talked
bro.
about so much
Like,
rap
singing
today.
from Queens,
No,
like,
this is good. No, I'm like, this is
Nine
great.
approved out.
This is a rapidy rap. This is a rapidy rap ass week.
Shit on, like, yes, let's make
Got
this
your
rapidy
paper
rap.
planes on.
I feel like Fab just stopped caring about the quality.
I don't think he ever cared.
I feel like he did care. I feel like he stopped caring.
Fab like
And
Ben
like, and you
Simmons,
just proved the
bro.
point. Like, you was like, yo, Jada like was on that stage, like, yo, this is like this was his first appearance.
Yeah.
Like, it was his first album.
It's not that. I think he,
Like, it was his
on
coming
that
out
stage.
party.
I got it.
He was on that stage letting people know, like, yo, that was a terrible Jadakiss line.
Very horrible.
That was awful. But,
I'm gonna keep trying.
Jada was on that stage letting
I'm
people
about
know,
to.
like, yo, this is what I do. Like, y'all don't do Instagram, I don't do Twitter. Like, you see me, I'm outside. This is what I do.
He said,
Y'all
Cam,
can't
you live
rap
in
with me.
Miami.
I don't live in Colorado. I don't live in
I'm
Miami.
on my block.
I'm here.
Who lives in Colorado?
I was about to say,
One of
whose
them.
shot was that was?
Kanye.
Oh, is that why he said
He was in
Colorado?
Wyoming. I thought it was Wyoming.
No,
Whatever it
he's
is.
talking about some maybe
Somebody
Freaky
there.
Zeke.
Yeah.
Somebody.
He just,
I think he was just like naming
I
shit.
don't think Jones lives
funny.
in Colorado.
But anyway.
It's a great state, by the way. Went to Denver a bunch of
Anyway,
times.
well,
Fantastic.
I don't know if it's a great statement. But anyway. To your point, you're right. Nas, Jada, Hove, and like these dudes care about the craft and the quality of their music, of our culture. And I always will respect that. If Hove wants to drop an album tomorrow, I'm listening.
Yeah.
I don't want Watch the Throne 2. So
Why
everybody
not?
debate.
Hit Boy already told you what he gonna do.
No, he said unless I give them.
Come on, son. You don't think he already? You
No,
think
I don't. I don't
You don't
want
think
that.
he already?
No, I don't want that. Watch the Throne.
Come on, son.
Watch the Throne was a moment in time.
There's no Watch the Throne being made without a call for Hit Boy.
Oh no, I agree, but I don't think it's being made. Is what I'm saying.
I think it is.
No, I don't. I hope it's not.
I want a Ricky and Drake album.
Oh, Ross
I'll
and
take
Drake?
that. I'll take that over.
The YOLO album.
I want that. Really,
I'll take an EP
like,
over.
They are like 3 for 3, 4 for 4. They have never
they don't.
missed.
They've never missed.
They don't.
They've never missed.
But yeah, I don't want a Watch the Throne 2 because nigga, we was friends. We was in cahoots. We was running around. We was at the listening sessions. We was listening to Flex, debut Otis. We watched the video. We understood what it was like.
Right.
that moment, though, that moment in time, that moment in music, that quality of music will not be recaptured with these two individuals.
You don't think it'll be a different level now?
No.
They're both at different. They're both at way different levels in their life. You don't think that won't be a spectacle?
I think it should be something that should be left alone.
Really?
Yes. Leave it alone.
Y'all really don't want no
We
watch
said
it?
this last episode.
We literally said this last.
We said this. We don't want no sequels.
No.
No, it's all good.
No, I do not.
Let the
I'm
classic
good.
be a classic.
What if they called something
I'm
else?
good. No.
If they called something else?
I'm still gonna look at it as Watch the Throne 2.
It's gonna be Watch the Throne 2 no
Like
matter
the Throne
what.
presents.
What they gonna call it? What
The
they call
Throne presents blah, blah, blah.
Best friend forever? Like,
Exactly. You see where I'm at?
No.
The Throne 2 a new legacy.
No. He thinks it's Avengers Marvel or some shit. No.
It's not a
think it's a
Marvel
Marvel
comic
movie, yeah.
shit. It's not DC comic. Like, no.
Hove and
Leave
Kanye
it
drop
alone.
tomorrow. You're not listening?
For work, yes.
No, don't say for work.
I'm listening.
You're not listening. You're listening.
No.
You're
not.
listening
I'm
to
not.
it.
I'm not.
If there's-
work.
You
For
know
work.
there's a high probability of bangers on there. You're going to hate
No.
listen.
I'm not listening.
You're going to pretend to not listen to it.
Nigga, Kanye's divorced, got 7 kids.
Yes.
Kids happily married, got 3 kids. What the fuck are these niggas gonna talk about?
I'm interested. I'm interested.
Literally everything. At that
I'm not
point.
listening.
There's so much to talk about.
This is gonna be. It's gonna be. What do you call that? Yin and yang.
Yeah,
It's
like Hope's gonna be on
it's
his God body, plant-based, like super family
Kanye
billionaire
be
shit.
mumbling,
I
and
don't want it.
Kanye's
I
gonna
don't
be on
want
the
it.
stocking over his head.
I
Like,
don't
bro,
want
I'm
it.
good, bro.
Let me tell you, Kanye broke my heart. Like broke my heart
Yeah.
with that whole
A lot
like
of
Trump
people.
shit, right? Like especially because
Same,
I'm
same.
an immigrant, DACA shit, Trump shit. That like that shit broke my heart.
Kyle's dropout, man.
Even
Changed my life.
regardless of all that, when I saw that clip that came out on the internet like a couple weeks ago of him and Jay, I jumped like a child.
Yes.
Like I was like, oh,
Yes. Like,
I was like, no, wait. I was like, oh my gosh.
I can take.
I can't help.
I can take it in. I can take it in like spurts. I can take it like little.
You're gonna
Here's the
listen.
verse. All right, cool.
Low.
I don't want.
You ain't got to lie to me, Craig.
I'm not.
You're gonna listen to the
why
album.
is it always that I'm lying to motherfuckers? Like
Because-
when I say like this is how I feel.
Just say they're
If
not
I say
gonna
I
listen
don't
to
want to listen. Like now I'm lying.
You
Like,
literally just said how much like you still like look forward to Jay getting in his
I
pocket.
said Jay. I didn't say Jay and Kanye.
So he has a whole album of Kanye. You're not gonna listen just because of Kanye?
I'm listening to it just
That's
off
crazy.
just because I want to hear the J bars.
Yes.
I have to
listen-
every single
yeah,
one.
I'm gonna listen for work. I'm gonna listen because like I had to discuss it here.
Yes, that's for work.
But I'm not running to Apple Music. I'm like, oh my god.
Well, you know when I ran to Apple Music? When Nas shit dropped?
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Yes, he did. Shit fire, by the way.
Brunch
Death Row
on
East.
Sunday.
Yo, brunch on Sunday. The joint with him and Lauren Hill.
Lauren Hill. He got Lauren
came
back
and
in.
showed
Hold on.
up.
God.
I haven't heard Lauren rap in a very long
And our
time.
homeboy told you, he told us about this verse.
Which verse?
Lauren Hill verse.
Oh yeah.
Wait, what is that face? Do you not? Do you don't?
No,
agree
I
that she
agree.
showed up?
I'm just. It's like a.
I haven't heard. When was the last time we heard Lauren drop some bars? Like,
Word. And
kill it.
like be spicy about it too.
He talked shit to me on Twitter about it. Like,
I was listening to it for 2 minutes and I was like, if he put feature on Lauryn Hill because of these oohs in the background.
nah.
oh yeah, no. And then she
like,
popped
she
up.
gave-
at the
and
end
then
of
she
the
pops
thing.
up right at the end and
Or
I'm
like
like,
a smooth 32. Like,
I don't want to.
easy.
You know what? There's one common theme with everybody that's been dropping music lately is that like nobody likes people on Twitter. Nobody.
Yo, we're intolerable.
Every artist is like, fuck you, social media people.
But that's
nobody likes you.
But I think that's one of the driving points for commentary when artists create, lyrics or bars or whatever the case is. It's like they're watching everything. Like Jay watches all of this shit.
Oh yeah, you've been in Rock Nation office. You seen the
Nigga, like I didn't have people like, yeah, he's watching y'all.
Yeah.
Drake King Twitter watcher watches.
That shouldn't surprise
everything.
nobody. Anybody making over $1 million should have people watching their shit all the time.
Yeah, like nigga, we done had conversations with
I make not even that much, and I'm always like, what's going on? Somebody saying?
nigga like
I got my Google alerts on.
Nikki watches our shit. Nikki blocked me.
You'd be surprised how many
Why she block you?
wigs with big wigs.
She blocked me like
Fuck with her.
a year ago. I think.
Harajuku Barbie?
Yeah,
What you do?
being
Yeah,
honest.
Nicki Minaj doesn't like you
Big
or
queens?
Rory.
Yeah, she hates me and Rory.
Why she
Yeah.
you and Rory?
You
Yeah,
said
Nicki
something
hates
to
me.
her. I don't know.
I mean, I said what we said, but whatever.
It is what it
Well,
is.
on behalf of all Sagittariuses, which Nikki's a Sag, we take shit very personal.
Very personal.
What the fuck that got to do with me?
They're about to fuck with us at Palooza too.
We don't we're not
Those
the forgive and
N-words
forget.
that said-
We don't do
Yeah,
either.
yeah. She don't fuck with us.
She was gonna come do Palooza too, and then she was like, "Wait a minute, those motherfuckers."
Low and Cass? Yeah, I ain't doing it.
That's crazy.
But you're hating that.
Shout out to Nikki. Can't wait
I
for
like
that.
Nicki,
Can't
bro.
wait for that new album.
You know, I'm a Young Money historian. I love.
Historian.
I'm a Young Money historian, bro. Shout out Sarah Cunningham. She called me that shit a couple years ago when I was at the. Damn, it was years past. She's like, yeah, when he was at the Source magazine, he was like my Young Money historian.
Oh no, we brought Nicki up to BET.
Yeah.
Me, Carl, and Kim Osorio. This is when Beat Me Up Scotty came out.
When Sarah Cunningham was running all day.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yo, she was in
She
Chicago.
would bring
when I
me
was there.
Drake, bring me.
She
Nicki,
brought me
Lil
Drake, Trey
Twist,
Songz, yeah.
Wheezy, Gutta, everybody.
She brought me
any Young Money dude. I'm like, yep,
Yo,
bring
Sarah
him in.
was
I'm in.
there. Yeah, Sarah brought us Drake early.
Everyone.
Yeah, so shout out to Sarah.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, this has been a rapidy rap episode.
Rapid rap.
Super rapidy rap. We ain't even talking no hoops. You see my Knicks?
Yeah.
You see my Knicks?
Oh my
You got
days.
Kemba
We
Walker.
in here.
You got Kemba Walker.
We in here.
we did.
You know what else we ain't talking about?
We in here.
First of all,
You know
we
what else
already
we
had
talking
great
about?
people.
Bronx.
And now we
No,
got,
no,
and now we got Kemba.
But y'all got rid of Bullock.
Rihanna was in a billion. A billion
shit.
something.
Rihanna didn't make a Billy. She's a
She's in
certified
a billion
now.
something.
Yeah.
She's a Billy.
Yeah.
Yo, I went to a Rihanna.
Lowe's ready to be wrong again.
I went to a Rihanna gala.
You're ready to be wrong again.
I went to a Rihanna gala and she hit my knee like it hit my knee. I didn't wash my knee.
You shouldn't.
Wait, did I tell you?
Smells phenomenal.
I told you all the story where she told me to shut the fuck up.
Yeah. You talk too much.
It's
Play
all
the-
too much.
Play the blood clot music.
Yo,
Golly.
Billionaire
gee.
told me to shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
billion
had-
streams in the week. Calling it.
No, it's
Easily.
not.
Gonna happen.
You know, your Knicks, Kemba's
Easily.
back.
Oh,
Well, not
listen.
back, but like back to something.
yo, why
Back
they do
in-
that
Oh, he
petty
went to
shit?
Connecticut,
Why they do
right?
that petty shit? They put
I'm saying he from
they
New
ga-
York.
They gave the
No, I'm
jerseys
saying,
to the
what-
four
what-
players and
I
then not
think-
my
right, he
man.
went to UConn, right?
Connecticut, right?
They
Wait,
kept
wait, wait, wait.
Kemba went to
Why they
UConn.
do that shit?
Kemba went to UConn.
You got, yeah, okay.
Went to high school at Rice, 124 for Lennox.
Yeah, he's from here.
Oh, no.
Or Harlem, Bronx native. I like what my Knicks did, bro. Kept
So, all right,
D-Rose.
so who they got rid
Knicks are
of?
gonna be fun next. They're
gonna
gonna
be
be
really
fun to
fun.
watch.
They got rid of Bullock.
They got rid of Bullock. They're probably gonna get rid of Peyton and Ntilikina.
and then they re-upped on Rose.
Re-upped on D-Rose.
Yeah.
Randall.
Re-upped on Julius Randle on a bargain.
117
On
over
a
4 years.
super bargain.
So
I
117
said,
over 4 years?
Yeah.
And what? And Derek was what?
So that let me. I think it was
24?
three for 35 or something like that. Nothing too crazy.
I'm hyped.
But they re-signed Burks, Rose, Noel, Obi still there, Quick still there. They signed Kemba Walker for like nothing off a buyout, and Mitch is back. RJ will be there.
I think we're gonna do 4 seed again next year.
I think. Yo, listen.
I think we're gonna do 4 seed. I think
I
we're
like-
gonna,
I
I think we're
like-
gonna hit number 4. You think we hit number 1?
Yo, listen.
I think we
Listen.
hit 4. I don't think we're getting to 3
are
either. I think we're gonna stay at
sneaky
4.
deep.
Yeah.
Sneaky
Not
deep,
mad at you,
bro.
brother.
Sneaky deep.
I'm mad at
First
you,
off,
brother.
anybody who calls himself a basketball fan and you got Derrick Rose and Kemba Walker as your point guards, and you're not gonna root for them, you're not a basketball fan.
Is there?
This is already by
But
far my
who's gonna
favorite
start?
basketball.
Is there a missing piece?
Probably
Do
Kemba.
they have one knee
Yes.
between them?
What's the missing? All right, so where's the missing piece?
He'll be all right.
Kaz, what's the missing
Yeah,
piece?
what's
missing piece?
Yeah.
for the Knicks?
A knee.
I mean, here's my thing. I like Evan Fournier more than most. He's been cooking in the Olympics, cooking, and he's always used to cook the Knicks. And he's like a tough dude, like he's like a no nonsense dude. But like the one thing y'all saw the playoffs, like they double, triple team Julius Randle. Nobody outside of him and D Rose could get a bucket and go create them themselves. Fournier could do that. Kemba could damn sure do that. Derrick Rose could do that. RJ could do that with some space. You know what I'm saying? They got shooters. You know, like I don't know if they're the number 1 seed, like my constituent.
No,
over
Nick
here
said
says.
like another.
I think they'll go right
But
back
I
and
think
forth.
I think they float around in there, man.
think
My
they
whole
go
thing
right
was
back
like,
and
yo,
forth.
I know they're not a championship. I know they're not built to win a championship. My whole thing is like, yo, if you're deep, you're healthy, and you don't regress, anything can happen, bro.
Gotcha.
Like nobody was saying like the Hawks are going to the conference finals last year. They were just deep and healthy, and they didn't regress. You know what I'm saying? Same with the Milwaukee Bucks. Everybody was talking all that Brooklyn shit. Is like they were deep, they stayed healthy, and they didn't regress. They were always in the mix.
And,
I just needed my Naja man to get one.
Kevin Durant just re-upped, so
Yeah,
he's
just-
staying. He's
They were
staying
like
4 more years.
4 years, yeah.
4 years, 117, I think. Kawhi,
Wait, so what? Kawhi re-upped with the
They
Clippers?
they announced Kawhi yet?
He re-signed him. Yeah, they didn't announce the deal.
They
but
announced
he,
it yet?
But he plans
Negotiations.
Okay.
To re-sign. Like they
Wow.
just confirmed he plans to resign.
Yeah. So I mean, listen, it was a better offseason than I anticipated for the Knicks. I know Kawhi getting hurt, he wasn't going nowhere. CP, I knew he wasn't going nowhere. Those are the top 2 free agents.
He got 42. over 4.
Who? Chris Paul?
Or
Oh no, he got another 100 mil.
100 mil.
He got another 9 figs. Must be nice to be the president of the Players Association. He was like, yeah, I'm gonna get all this money.
He gonna retire in 2 years anyway, and that money's guaranteed.
Well, he signed for 4. So.
But that money's guaranteed too.
If you retire, you don't get the money.
Yeah,
They said it was guaranteed.
Even if you still got to play.
Yeah.
If you retire, like
You gotta be on the roster.
Yeah, you're gonna.
He'll probably be a backup or
So,
some
so
shit.
yeah, he gonna ride it out.
Yeah, he'll ride it out. Why not? Well, I don't know, man. I'm excited about basketball this year. Lots of new faces, new places. Summer league starts this
I'm
week.
going to go.
NFL's back, preseason.
NFL's back.
Dallas,
Got to talk to-
Dallas and Steelers play
Got
last
the
night.
gold medal game, right?
Got the gold medal game tonight. You know what I'm saying?
The Hall of Fame game was last night.
Hall of Fame game was last night with the
And then who's
Steelers
playing-
and
who's playing
Cowboys. U.S. and France for the gold medal.
No, I'm talking about football.
Oh, football? I don't know if famous.
Oh, you're talking
I
about
think
the
next
Olympics.
week. Yeah,
Oh.
Olympics.
So the gold medal game's tonight.
Yes.
Is U.S. and France?
Yes.
Have you spoken about Niger taking over the world outside of music, like also in basketball? Like, is this wise? Like, how? When?
Niger who?
Nigeria.
Oh, Nigeria. Oh, I thought you meant like Nigel Huston.
Nah,
skateboard.
man.
I'm like, oh, look, listen, first off,
How is this? When,
If you don't come every time-
When did
first
this
off-
happen?
first off,
when did that happen?
Nigerians
This is a wake up. I'm like,
Nigerians
are
have
good at
parents with
basketball.
unreasonably high standards, okay? So
Giannis.
between Giannis, between damn near 40% of the NFL, between like rappers, Wale, Tyler the Creator, between
Burna Boy.
Tyler's Nigerian?
I was a super Nigerian. That's how I call him.
Super Nigeria.
Not super Nigerian, you know what I mean?
Not regular.
He's regular Nigerian. He's diet Nigerian. Nigga, we just
Burna Boy.
Burna Boy. Matter of fact. Oh, speaking of which, we gotta talk. He might have something
hang?
for them.
What?
Yeah.
Wait,
Please
what?
don't,
Say what?
wait, no.
I don't want to get you. I
Keep going, Kaz.
don't want to get you off track, but there's a strong
I'm all the way
possibility.
off track right now.
Strong possibility he'll be here soon.
No, wait. I'm not coming in.
But nah, man, Nigerians just have unreasonably high standards. So, you know, if you fall short of them, you still like at least top 1%. So shout out to the Ante Tukumbos.
Yeah.
It's really Ante Tukumbos. That Ante shit is some Greek shit. We don't do that. Their real last name is my middle name.
Did you see the talent clip when you saw about Khaled?
I did.
What do you make of that?
What do you say?
What do you say? Context.
So if you watch the Hot 97 interview with Tyler, the
not.
Creator, he was basically saying, you know, one, he's petty, and two, it felt good to beat Cal at that game because he said, this is his words, he said Khaled's whole identity is wrapped up in being number one.
Khaled?
Khaled, yeah, DJ Khaled. And to beat him at that when he had the whole world on his album, felt good or whatever. And then he went to a whole spiel about like how he takes every slight personally and like he lives to prove people wrong and that feels good. And I kind of felt him a little bit because I mean, listen, y'all know I fuck with Cal. You know that's my guy. I'm a Tyler Creator fan, bro. I'm a
fan too.
I'm a fan of this dude's just mind and how it works. And like I was glued to that interview as soon as I dropped.
I'm gonna watch it when I get home
today.
I mean, I looked at the interview where it was, I felt him, I understood it. I've been in that position. I understand that perspective. But when
hair growing, skin glowing, nigga, about to buy
Yeah,
a lake
like,
house
bro,
right
like,
now.
I get it.
That's Clancy. I was like, woo!
Oh, yeah.
Talk that shit, boy.
But then it comes
I got
to
cars these niggas never seen.
it comes to a point where it's just like,
It's a good one.
it comes to a point where it's just like, when does the seeking of validation end?
It doesn't.
Do you think it ever ends?
I'm thinking it
doesn't.
never ends.
That's my
It
question.
doesn't
That's my
because
question.
I don't think
for
so.
people like
It depends
that,
what
they,
you
they
call
seek-
validation.
I think people are
They seek
bullshitting every
validation from
time they
different
say
people.
that they don't need any validity. I think the only people that know how to do that are monks.
Yeah.
Truly.
I think all
I think
people,
everyone's like, oh, I don't care. I'm like,
Or
dog,
is it
you
a chip
care.
on your shoulder.
no, you know what it is?
I think it's both.
With me,
But I'm saying,
I
like,
think all entertainers have a certain sense of validity that they seek all the time.
Always.
And
So you don't think there's any entertainer that has that breaking point where it's like, enough, I'm good.
maybe,
I got it.
maybe,
Nah.
but some folks,
The core of wanting to be an entertainer
That's what you
is
drive.
getting validation.
yes, it's like, do you like me?
But no,
all
I'm
entertainers.
not saying you're wrong, but I'm saying
the core
when does it
question-
end?
But that's why I think it will never end.
It never
Because if the
will.
core
I
of
just-
your
yeah,
if the
I-
core of your skill is to entertain,
Seek
and then
approval.
and then to hear someone say, "I like how you just entertained me."
Mm.
If the core of that's what it is to entertain someone, how does that go away? No matter how much money you have or whatever.
Yeah.
You do?
But
If
are
the
you
core
not-
of you is
Because there's
to
always
entertain.
somebody in the room that you have to convince.
but are you an entertainer or are you an artist?
I think you can be both. And
I
still
mean,
be competitive.
either one, you're still seeking validation.
I don't know if it's validation, but the
That's
way
all the shit
the way
is, bro.
the way I look
How
at
is it
it,
not
I think he's
validation,
just
Kat?
I think he's
That's what I'm saying, like, how is it
competitive.
not?
How's it
I
not
think he's
validation?
competitive.
But
Isn't that
that's cohesive
validation?
with,
I think it's
with
a
validation.
different. I think it's a different version of it. I think seeking validation and staying competitive is two very different things. Like seeking validation is like, yo, I need you guys to tell me I'm good. Being competitive is just like outright beating somebody, so like it's undeniable.
But you still need someone to tell you that you did better.
Not
than
all the
that.
time.
Unless it's
That's what
numbers.
competition.
Because in that
that's
interview,
what competition
no,
is.
listen. Because in that interview, he's talking
know
about
it, unless you
he's
know it.
basically.
That's not. You can't drive off of that.
No, listen, because
the
in that
time.
interview, he's basically saying Kyle was right. He was right. He was like, listen, you're not going to hear me in barbershops. You're not going to hear me in radio. You're not going to hear me on all that stuff. Because what I do, like what you're saying by that is knowing like that's how big your bubble is. You know what I'm saying? So for you to know that you're not going to hear me on Hot 97, you're not going to hear me on, he's like, I just got my first platinum plaque last year for Earthquake. First one ever. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, well, if you're going to say you don't hear me here, but like I'm headlining Lollapalooza, I got stores, I'm doing all this type of shit. Like the world is so big. And the one thing he kept saying is reference points and knowing like what your reference point is. If your reference point, if you're Khaled and you come from the dance hall arena and you come from the streets of Miami and New Orleans and like your point of reference of success is getting all the biggest artists on your song, getting #1 records, getting platinum plaques, cars, all that shit.
Right.
That's what your reference points are. Right. For him, he's seen other shit. He's been through other parts of the country. He's done different types of music. So his different reference points of what he thinks success is doing the Flog Gnaw festival, doing, these big shows and putting these albums out. Like, it's different, man. And I feel him because all of us need to stay some sort of, not all of us, but some people, most people like me are wired to stay competitive, right? Like, I'm wired to stay competitive. Like, I may not know it. I may not say it all the time, but like when I'm doing something, I'm chasing something. I'm like, it's not that I need validation. It's not that I need you or you to tell me what you're doing is hot or whatever. I know what I'm chasing after. And until I get that, and a lot of people think the same way, until I get that, I can't rest. I can't stop.
You're telling me you don't need, from not outside of that,
Right.
but you don't need anyone. You wouldn't feel good if someone told you like, nah, bro, you're that guy. You're doing this, and this.
It's different types of validation for me. Like for a while,
I'm asking generally. I'm not saying you don't.
No. I feel you. Like for a while, like when it was like doing this show and getting it popping, it's like, all right, I need people to fuck with it. I need people on YouTube to say it's cool or like the visuals is good or like.
You're saying there's a goal behind that validation.
The goal behind it was never to like get the YouTube people cool or get the subs cool. It's like
there's something, and
I know, like just being in this podcast space before, I know how far you can take it.
But
So it's like it's never been about
Cass,
that,
there's
something else.
something or someone, and I don't know who it is or what it is for you, and obviously like me and you run a similar race, so we can speak to it together. But there's something or someone that's telling you that, what you just did with Say Less, what you just did with Spring Hill, what you just did with MSG, there's something or someone that you look for to tell you that that's good.
Right.
I don't know who it is. I don't know what it is. I don't know how
He might not even know until he gets it.
But there's something that's telling you this is good. This is valid. This is
all right, stop
quality
doing that. You're going to
content.
move all the bottles.
But you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's
moving
something.
as he
There's something there that is telling you keep going because what you're doing is good.
All right.
And I don't know who it is, and I don't know. I mean, you're my brother from.
Of course.
And I already when we hit it, we hit it.
Of course.
You know what I mean? But I know because I'm the same way. I know, like, when I do some shit, I want someone to be like, yo, look, that shit's dope.
Yeah. I mean, everybody has that.
Same with you.
All I know is them folks off Broadway on Bushwick that be like, I don't care about what anyone thinks. You're lying.
They're full of
cuz.
shit. They're full of shit. Like you need,
Cap.
you need, a lot of people. Like especially if you're in the creative business or you're in the business of creating content or something. Like you need some sort of
pleasing
validation.
people.
it's not even I don't know. I think appeasing is just a rough term for people to grasp, but you're not wrong.
Maybe it's a wrong term.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Like I said, that's what I'm saying. Like I think the term is a little bit hard for people to swallow, but it's like a certain level of like, yeah, like I want motherfuckers to like my shit.
Right.
You know, like I want people to, you know, like
we're all in the business of entertaining people.
But you have to
This
like
is our business.
you have to like your shit too.
you have to like it too.
Yeah.
That's a very
Because it doesn't
That's a
feel
very
good.
point. Yeah. Very good point.
I've been there when you're making something that's successful that you don't even really like.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
It
shit,
does
we
not
had
feel
this
good.
conversation recently.
Yes, we did. Exactly. Exactly.
How did that feel for you?
Exactly.
We had this
That's
conversation
interesting to hear.
recently.
Like, how did it feel to have something successful that you didn't like?
It is satisfying to a point. It's satisfying
Like,
to
what
a
do you
point where
mean
you're
by
just
that?
like, well, you're enjoying it. You're enjoying everything it brings, but you're like deep down inside, like there's like a pit in your stomach that kind of makes it feel like,
So it's like if you leave a team and get a ring.
yeah, like it almost feels like I'm not.
Whereas like, damn, I should have rode out with my team.
It's like, yo, when you ride out with your people, when you ride out with your team, like Giannis said it, that ring feels way better than going to Miami or going
And
to
getting
Golden
a ring
State
just 'cause you knew,
or going
yeah.
to LA. You know what I'm saying? Sticking it out with your people and doing it your way, the way you felt like it was. It feels better. And even if you don't get another one because you know how the game is.
But you stuck to your goals.
You stuck
your
to it.
morals. He was like, I said I'm not leaving until I get a ring, and he got a ring. So he could, if he wanted to.
If he wanted to.
Not saying he is.
Yeah.
Well, he's like 24, 25?
It's like 25, I think.
25?
That's nuts.
Bro, he could leave right now and be like, yo, I stuck to my city.
Yeah.
And he'd be valid.
Giannis or KD if they retire today, who's got a greater legacy?
KD.
KD's the best player.
KD's the best player.
I would say KD, but like Giannis has such a trajectory that like I don't think there's really much left for him to accomplish,
got two
which is
MVPs.
Well,
nuts.
he has a gold medal.
2 MVP.
No, Giannis doesn't have a gold medal.
Giannis don't have a gold medal. I think like that's probably the only thing he hasn't done, and win Rookie of the Year.
Give him gold medal.
He's
and
literally
out.
done everything else.
Yeah, give him gold
But
medal.
yeah, but
out.
he's talking legacy, right? Like
Yeah.
AI has legacy. He has never won any of those things.
Yeah,
you know.
that's true.
But AI's legacy.
That's my favorite player. Also.
Yeah, me too.
That's my favorite.
AI's legacy also relies on his influence.
Yeah.
I don't know. Giannis's influence is the same as AI's.
Right.
I don't
That's
know.
why. That's why I think KD has the longer legacy.
There's definitely a lot of
because
more,
legacy comes down to also there's a huge part of skill and
meant
just
their
being a good ass
basketball
ball player.
basketball legacy.
That's what I'm saying.
You got to talk.
That's
about the whole,
exactly why I think it's KD. Because if we're talking about just if you're thinking about who is a good ass ball player,
There's nobody.
you cannot even contest that. Man.
The amount of people who have gotten buckets in this league. There's only 3 people, maybe, that have done it better than KD. Right.
Right.
But when you bring a championship to a place who has not never won it, but like
Well,
hasn't had
they
it
won
ever.
it in what?
it's you and fucking Kareem Abdul-Jabbar or Oscar Robertson.
Yeah.
I think who was in Milwaukee. It was you and those 2 motherfuckers. That's why I'm saying like just like when like as big as that was for Milwaukee,
That's bigger for him too.
whoever becomes that dude in New York City, like the reason why that's even a question, if you're looking at it just basketball, it's like you're crazy. It's KD. What are you talking about? But the reason why that's even a question is because certain championships hold more weight. Yeah, of course. Like they could build him a statue in Milwaukee tomorrow,
Right.
and nobody will blink.
Yeah.
Same thing. Like if you win a championship here in New York, if you win a title for the Knicks,
You're better than Jordan.
fuck a repeat. Like we will just hold on. Like talk to anybody in Toronto. They will hold on to that one chip that they got with Kyle Lowry and Kawhi Leonard forever.
with the dip.
With the like they don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? But I don't know. Stay chasing shit, people. This is a very rapidy rap episode.
How long? What's the minutes?
Oh no, but I gotta use the bathroom.
Oh, we got 2? Shit, this is a long
All right,
episode.
Y'all got me.
All right, y'all. Man,
What?
Gotta pee.
Bye.
Sorry, guys.
my fault, y'all.
I'm holding
Let's
it,
wrap
so I
this
got
up.
quiet.
Let's wrap this up before you hold it. Yo, plug your shit before we get out.
Yeah, go.
Okay. Well, what do you want me to
Just
do?
plug it.
Nigga, just talk to the fucking camera.
Well, we
what's
can
up,
follow
y'all?
you, man.
Okay,
Yeah,
Anik Khan.
When's the second part come out? Tell them.
Okay, my name is Anik Khan. Approved comes out September 10th. The first single, Santa Maria, comes out next week on the 15th. My name is Anik. You can find me on all social media platforms.
Lo, what we heading at this week? What you looking like?
What we doing this week? Nothing. I'm just chilling. Like my birthday's coming up soon. So I'm getting old as fuck. So I'll probably take it.
Oh yeah, your birthday is coming up soon.
Yeah, what are we doing for your birthday?
I'm getting the fuck out of here.
I'm not throwing you another
Wow.
surprise party.
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
No, you know I don't.
We are?
I
All
don't-
right, let's throw him another surprise
All
party.
right, let's go.
Can I come?
You'll never know it's coming.
You'll never know. You don't even know what day it's gonna be.
I might. Yeah.
You gonna walk in here, it's gonna be in here. Surprise.
Rosie,
might,
what you up
yeah.
to this week?
I might take a trip. So.
Nothing. I gotta take care of my puppy. That's another reason.
Nice. And congratulations.
And
by
Kaz,
the
what are
way.
you doing?
Fantastic. I am MSG PM every Monday through Thursday, 7 o'clock. We got a new time going from 10 p.m. to 7 p.m. every Monday through Thursday on the Madison Square Garden Network. Check me out on the Ringer Podcast Network with the Masked Man Show. And
Oh yeah, I mean like hip hop R&B throwback every day 9 to 10.
Yes.
Apple Music hits.
Yeah,
Like,
plug your
so we
shit.
just- yeah, make
Please,
sure you know
please,
that.
please,
But that's,
please.
yeah, that's
Also, I'm headlining Everyday People next week. Y'all should come.
hey,
we
I'm
out.
pulling up.
Ooh,
Yeah,
what day?
yeah.
When?
August 15th.
Love
We
Everyday
out.
People.
Yeah, we
Shout
out.
out to
Sunday.
DJ MoMA. Shout out to everybody.
Yeah.
Or the whole East
This
African.
is our longest episode ever, no?
It was a pretty long episode.
Pretty fucking long episode.
Yeah, we covered a lot of shit.
We'll have an announcement real soon.
And Eden, we praying for you, baby.
Love you, brother.
Love you, kid.
Eden. Oh.
Much. This episode's dedicated to you, bro. We love you, man.
Always.
Thank you.
Go ahead, end it off.
We'll have an announcement very, very soon.
It's up.
Will we?
There it is.
We'll have an announcement very, very soon.
It's up.
Oh shit.
But you know what time it is.
I want to know about this Burna Boy thing.
I'll talk to you offline. Relax. Like we always do at this time, you know what it is. Follow us on social media, youtube.com/Kazeem for the full video. Stream wherever you get podcasts. Make sure you get up that Snapchat as well. That Snapchat is juking. TikTok as well as juking. Shout out to
Nice.
TikTok.com/SayLessCasLow. And I think
That was
the
Snapchat,
Discord.
right?
No, Snapchat, TikTok,
Oh, okay.
Discord.
Yeah. Shout out to the Discord. I love it. Yeah. Shout out to the Discord family.
All that shit, man. Our shit is growing. We got
Discord
a nice little family, and it's gonna get bigger. So like we always say at this time, stay free, stay safe, say less. We'll see you next week. Appreciate y'all rocking.
I gotta use.
Cheers.
Go pee.